we're live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody out there.
Hello. Phone cooperate. Oh, you're not on
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. That's why.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Pokemon D&D Wundoro Adventure.
Yada yada.
Yep.
It's been
I don't know why I did that.
2 weeks since our last stream, which is
Yeez.
pretty good. Yeah, everybody's in high energy mode for our typical Monday.
Yes, high energy mode indeed.
I couldn't help but notice that the Extra Life charity
Yes, keep
event
running ahead.
is still going on down below.
Yep.
So if you are one of those wonderful people who are watching on Twitch right now, feel free to scroll on down and click the little button there. And
We don't
throw
still
some
have
money.
the doobly-doo in the link in the doobly-doo in YouTube.
I believe so. I haven't
Oh,
changed it, so I
perfect.
would imagine it's still there. Yeah, just to clarify, so this specifically is not a charity stream right now, but just to carry on over from the last few weeks, all the money for this Extra Life charity is going towards children in hospitals, or children's hospitals,
Yeah.
sick children. Specifically only sick ones. Yeah.
Wow, Steven. How greatly executed that was.
I was having a meeting earlier today.
Also,
with a
like the
number of
nurses
guys.
and the doctors and everything. It goes to the hospitals.
Well, I wanted
support sick children.
specifically the children.
It goes to fund
What's a-
life-changing medicine and medical treatments for children.
Exactly, because
I
a
imagine,
terminally
like,
ill
an-
child doesn't have a lot of things to spend money.
I imagine like an envelope with some cash in there, going straight into a small child's hands.
Anyway,
Yeah. So click that link. Send your money there.
Oh God,
Special thanks to
this is my life.
this is a great start.
This is my life.
Special thanks
It's
to
my
at
life.
Joe the DM on Twitter for this homebrew game that we are playing today. He launched a new website recently called Pokemon5e.com where you can find all of the downloadable modules to run your very own Pokemon D&D campaign.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to at Uwubi
Still
for the
best
player
Twitter handle.
tokens that we have been using. Thank you to...
At Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.
I don't know if he has a Twitter, but either way, his name is Kevin McLeod,
Oh.
and he is from Incompetech.
Yeah, I wonder if he does have a Twitter. I
That's
don't
a
know.
good question.
My.
These are things that we could look into.
This is a very stream of consciousness stream.
Apparently.
Yeah. As is the deal. Anybody else got anything pressing or exciting going on?
No.
they'd like to bring up?
Not currently.
Not currently? Well, then we might as well.
We will be back to streaming
off.
soon, I swear. There have been health issues and we're running amok.
Lots of things turning our regular schedule
To
Swiss
shit.
cheese. Full of holes.
Or that.
Okay. So, let us see here. I believe I did the last.
As I yeet my
recap.
phone across the...
It's going to be one
laptop.
of y'all's. It is
Did you?
going to
I
be.
thought I did.
It's going to be Melissa. You get to go this time.
Did I not do last time?
The more astute viewers at home will correct me later.
I think you did our last actual D&D recap.
I feel like I'm doing all the recaps lately. Okay.
Yeah, because
pretty
Whitney wasn't here for
sure
most of our
I
sessions. So yeah.
did
That's right.
last time, but it's okay. We Brooke laid it down for a rest while Jackson watched over the Exploud. Then, when Brooke was up, I think Jackson attempted to take a rest.
Yeah.
Which was interrupted because Brad and Jelena showed up. Brad, Jelena, whatever the fuck their name was, showed up and picked a fight. So Brooke said that they were not going to capture the Explode and that they had to get through Jackson and her first. And they fought them and they won. And then the girl was rude and
Cunt.
awful and still tried to catch the Pokemon. So Brooke and Jackson tried to carry the Exploud out of the field, and then the gym leader showed up and was all like, "Oh, yeah, like poachers, blah, 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 blah," and lectured them all. And then Brooke and Jackson continued to try and make their way towards the other town, and they ran into the delivery dude that they ran into, like, first episode. Jackson slept up front and finally got his 8-hour rest, while Brooke taught Ryulu and the Tyrogue how to play chopsticks in the back of the car. And they got to the hospital and unloaded the Exploud, and Nurse Joy tried to tell Jackson to go tell his granddaughter the potentially bad news that the Exploud was not going to survive. But the Exploud did survive. Yay! And
Silver linings.
and now we are preparing to take the Exploud back.
Yeah, take it somewhere. Because the Houndoom is still out in the boot.
Yeah.
So, we last left off. Nurse Joy had just... Oh, and I should note that I'm definitely marking this episode not safe for children. Because that's relevant on YouTube now, apparently.
Oh.
What? I'm confused.
It doesn't matter. And thank you to Gutsy Goblins for following us on Twitch.
Twitch. Why was I about to say Twitter?
Y'all are wonderful.
We are super inactive on Twitter, except for when we stream specifically this. Because I am super lazy about sending out things on Fridays.
Yeah. So Nurse Joy let you all know that she would send Wigglytuff out to find you if you had not returned by the time that the Exploud had awoken and was recovered enough to leave. She'd also asked you if you would be so kind enough to return her to a safe place in the wild, where she might not be bothered and could continue to raise her young.
Yes.
So you walk out into the early morning sun
I need a Pokemon
of the day in Haventown. Haventown is this beautiful little town that you just saw basically driving through. It is smaller than Brambletown, but just as full of the sort of flora fauna that you remember. Instead of brambles, you see flowers everywhere. It appears that almost every second shop is a flower shop.
What kinds of flowers?
What kinds of flowers?
How depressed am I going to be?
You see chrysanthemums and lilacs and daisies, plenty of roses, some carnations, some daffodils.
Okay.
Some of the flower shops are more greenhouse in nature with more exotic breeds. Some of them are open air vendors that have what are essentially buckets and baskets full of flowers that are just being sold. You see trucks and motorcycles rolling in from out of town that seem to be purchasing flowers in large quantities and then driving off, almost as if this were a larger market for Erdy's people. It is beautiful. Overhead you hear birds singing, the sound of a Pidgey flittering by.
I need a Pokemart. Is there a Pokemart?
There is absolutely a Pokemart.
Jackson, do you need anything from the mart?
Are there roses close by?
There would always be roses close by in a place like this.
Why you do this on a damn tired?
Why you gotta be so cruel?
Yeah, Jackson's walking up to a rose bush, and he's just gonna stare and probably weep.
Openly?
Yeah. But like, not like making the sounds, just tears. Very confused.
Jackson?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
I don't know.
You were remembering things last night?
Yes. And I think these are also relevant.
The roses?
Yes.
You feel a pressure against the side of your calf. You look down to see Bonsly pressing into the side of you and looking up.
My wife's name was Rose.
Your wife? You've never talked about your wife before.
I didn't remember her before. I still don't really, but I know that now. At least.
Was? Is that why you're sad? Something happened?
I think so. With the conversation last night with Nurse Joy and seeing this morning, I think she must have died. Because, well, I mean, otherwise, why would I be out too and not home with her?
I'm sorry, Jackson. But I'm sure your wife would have supported this.
I'm sure she would have.
I mean, didn't you say you don't know who the note was from? What if it was her? Is it your writing?
It's not my writing, no. Could be hers. Oh.
Bonsly presses in a little harder against your calf. You can see water trickling from the corners of its eyes, too.
Hey, now we match, Billy. I'm sorry. Let's go find a Pokemon, I suppose. I think I just need time to ruminate.
A young man running the booth in front of you that you were ogling and sort of weeping in front of steps out from behind the booth, and he pulls out one of the roses and he says, "Oh, well, here, mister, you know you can have it. It was a touching story. Sorry to overhear your conversation, but more sorry to hear about your wife. It's on me."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Can't you, like, dry a flower out and keep it forever?
I think I'll try that.
You could take a rose with you. To remember her.
I think I will. Do you have a pin handy by any chance?
Oh, some florist wire, and I might have something. 1 second. He goes back behind his booth, and you can hear him rattling around a little bit. He says, just the thing. Keep him around for my baby, you know? The youngest. Here you go.
Thank you.
It's just a small safety pin.
Perfect. I'll pin it to my vest,
Billy looks up at you.
replacing the one that's already there, the flower.
Yeah, Billy looks up and kind of ogles the flower, and his smile brightens, and he goes,
Hopefully this helps me remember more along the way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah, I don't either.
But
I wish I did.
maybe writing things down? Maybe we can get you like a journal.
Ooh, would they have those at the Pokemon?
You can write the things you remember, and we can put the pieces together.
It's a wonderful idea.
Like, last night, you started remembering things because of the things Miss Joy said. So maybe Nurse Joy and hospitals and stuff has something to do with it. And your wife's name's Rose. So we got 2 pieces.
I think I can do that. That would be a good idea. Help me actually keep track of these things so I don't forget them anymore.
And
Or even if I do, I have something to reference.
yeah, you can look back on it. And it'll be like you're telling yourself your story.
Yeah. Thank you, Brooke.
You're welcome, Jackson. And, I mean, I'm just a kid, but I don't claim to know much about this, but it's family, and, I mean, you can talk to me if you need to.
I'm sure I will as I remember more.
But
As it is now, I just remember her name. I still can't remember her face. I can see a silhouette, but
well, if she's as beautiful and as lovely as her name sounds, I'm sure she was a lovely person who would support you and be proud of you for what you're doing.
thank you, Brooke.
Now, let's get some stuff for our Pokemon and us and get this Exploud back on the road so she can take care of hers.
Perfect. Yes, let's do that. Oh, boy, what was your name? Sorry?
Dennis.
Dennis? Thank you, Dennis.
No problem there. And, well, I hope you have yourself a wonderful day there.
And you as well.
Nods and he steps back behind his stall. Watches as the 2 of you pick up from where you are and shuffle down the road a little bit more.
Wait, did I get his name right?
His name is Dennis.
I got it right.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I got it right!
Yeah!
Progress!
Down the street a little bit more, past the Pokedonald's, you see...
Another Pokedonald's, right?
Mm-hmm. You see, yeah, it's a Erd-wide franchise. You see just a simple Pokemart. A couple flower planters out front. A blue Pokeball adorns the top sign. Through the window, you can see various sale items, mostly to do with candy bars and stuff. Walking in through the sliding doors, you see an assortment of Pokeball displays and potions and antidotes. A simple cooler with water and other refreshments, including berry juices, but labeled differently than some of the ones that you're familiar with, different brand names.
Before Brooke goes and purchases what she wants, she's going to look and see if she can find a nice notebook for Jackson. Maybe with a flower on it, like a leather-bound journal. Something nice.
Oh no, my money disappeared again. I have the word Pokebox in my inventory, but I don't have a number in front of it. Why?
Where did it go? That's getting a little old. There is a small stationery section.
Is there any, like, nice leather-bound notebooks with, like, you know how they have, like, an inset design in it?
Not so much. More like the simple ones that you find. They come with a paper cover. Some of them with rings. There are a couple that are actually hardbound.
Are there any nice hardbound ones that look very, like, nature-y? Flowers, nature, natural elements, not young, but something nice.
There is one that is adorned by a picture of this small toad-like creature with a big bulb on its back. It seems to be...
They mostly for children looking.
Not necessarily. It's just a nice pattern.
Okay. Jackson, I found this nice, not coil one.
Ooh.
with a. I don't know what this Pokemon is.
I don't know Pokemon well at all. I have no idea.
But it's got a nice like bulb on its back,
Sure.
like a flower.
It seems right up my alley. Thank you, Brooke.
Pass it to Jackson.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay. How much money did we win last time? Because I think I started off at 2,800.
400
I
and
wonder-
a few plus another 200 and some. I think is what it came out to. So
then divide
600
that.
and some. So you each would have
600
got
and some.
300 and
That
something.
sounds right.
630, so we each got 315. I remember that now, so
Yeah.
I was at
Yeah.
3115.
And then, how much are Pokeballs again?
So Pokeballs are 250. You'll note that there's a small little sign next to them that say, if you buy 10, you get one Premier Ball as a novelty for free.
I don't think I can afford 10. Nice, rub it in my face.
A couple other common items. Potions are 200. Antidotes, paralyzed heals are 200 each. Same with burn heals. You
How
see
much is a day's worth of ration, but for 5 people?
for 5 people.
So basically 5 rations
yeah, so 100 Pokebucks.
for all of that.
Yeah, so
20
that would be 1
20
day's worth of
Pokeballs a pop.
rations for 5.
I'm
still
gonna
have 10
get
days
5 Pokeballs because that's all I can afford. Plus another day's ration for my peeps, so
Okay.
the 100.
Okay. So that's 1350.
Yeah. How much are berry juices?
Berry juices are 500.
Oh,
You'll note that there is quite the selection coming in a number of different brands. Each of the labels look to be largely homemade, but it takes up the majority of the cooler
Can't afford.
itself.
how much do potions cost?
200?
Potions are 200.
Okay.
How much does a potion heal again? 2d4
it's-
plus 2?
Yeah.
Basically a minor healing potion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Potions are 200 apiece.
And the
I'll get
berry juices did 30 hit points?
Berry juices, I think, did 20,
20?
but I can double check.
I'll get 3 potions.
And berry juices were 500?
Berry juices are 500 each. Yep.
I'll do 2 berry juices,
Berry juice, 20
And-
HP.
10 potions. And that's 99% of my money.
Yeah, I bought 3 potions, 5 Pokeballs, and a day's worth of rations, and now I'm broke.
Yeah. I
Perfect.
still have 10 days worth of rations. So one day you said was 100 Pokebucks?
So 1 day for
5
5.
yeah, 5 things.
Yeah.
Alright.
It would be 20 Pokebucks per day's worth of ration for one creature.
Perfect. Then I'll just get a days of rations too, so I'm left with 15 Pokebucks.
Perfect.
Oh, but the journal, that's right. I have to take that into account.
The journal would be 100 Pokebucks.
Alright, then I will ixnay that 1 day of ration. And I will grab that journal.
Okay, you guys load up all your various squirt bottles and Pokeballs and berry juices and whatnot in your cart, and you go up to the till, and a young woman rings you through.
Can I ask a question, ma'am?
She says, "Why, yes, what can I do for you?"
What's the Pokemon on that journal?
She says, "Why, that's a Bulbasaur."
I've never heard of a Bulbasaur before.
She says, "Well, they're not entirely common. They were super popular back in the day and kind of got overbred and, they fell out of style. But you can still find a few wild ones out to the east.
Oh,
They frolic amongst the flowers, and some say that flowers out there are, well, they're so vibrant and plentiful because of the Bulbasaur."
He's
cool.
very leafy.
They're like
Probably
gardeners.
green.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem. Is that everything?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yes, I'm
Wonderful.
good as well. Thank you.
So she rings you both up, and you pay your Pokebucks. She puts everything in a nice little plastic bag.
Oh, I can't add a journal to the journal.
She lets you on.
Yeah, leave. How long do you think it'll take for the Exploud to wake up?
Not entirely sure. She was in, well, from what it sounds like, she's still in pretty rough shape, but I mean, she made it.
That's true.
Might be worth just
So,
staying within the town, see if anybody needs help with things.
jobs?
Sure, is there a job board in the Pokemon Center that we saw?
There would have been, absolutely. You guys didn't take a chance to stop and look, but you could go back to the Pokemon Center and do so.
Yeah, why not?
As you guys start wandering back,
Are you gonna add it to the Pokemon Center job boards?
only if I was that prepared. As you guys are walking back to the Pokemon Center,
Never mind.
you hear the sound of a motorcycle rumbling, and it kind of catches your attention. You look down the alleyway behind the Pokedonalds, and you see two figures in long, dark overcoats step off of the motorcycle, walk over to the door. You can
Aren't
see
they trying to be edgy?
one of the individuals try the door, notice that it opens, looks back to the other one. They both open the door, both of them with these large fedoras on, tucked down over their eyes. One walks in through the door. The other one goes to walk in, sees you two, puts his finger to his lips, and then closes the door behind him.
What was that?
Fishy.
Super suspicious.
So do you want to go check it out?
Absolutely.
Let's start some shit.
I'm gonna go to the door. What
Okay.
is this door?
You guys walk over to the door. It's a door. It's next to a loading dock. You see that it is not ajar, but it's also not sealed.
Well, it's a door.
Yeah.
It's
When is a
not
door
a
not a
jar.
door?
Oh, it is a jar?
When it's a jar.
No, it is not a jar, but it's also not sealed. So it is just kind of blowing a little bit in the slight breeze, staying open, but not a jar. Just to clarify, you hear a little bit of a scuffle inside,
Like what kind of a scuffle? Like a fight?
like a scuffle.
Like a fight?
Roll
I'm gonna-
perception.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put my ear up to the door and see if I can hear it.
You can put your nose up to the door.
Or my ear up to the door and see if I can.
Smells like a scuffle.
That's a 13 for me.
13.
And a 17 plus where 18.
18. Okay. Both of you hear the sound of sort of a higher pitched, annoying voice go, "Hey, you can't be in here, guys!" And another voice say, "Come on, you weren't supposed to be back here. Just give us the information on the last shipment, and no one will be none the wiser."
What kind of a situation is this, Jackson?
It sounds like some sort of laundering, maybe?
So, like, is it a play dumb and stumble in like we're not supposed to be here? Or go in and be like, what's going on?
I'd go with the former, I think. See if we can pull it off.
Okay. You're going both into the back?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm gonna open up the door and stumble in.
Okay. You walk in and you see what looks to be a little bit of a storage area. You see boxes of fries and other unfresh food just waiting to be thrown in the deep fryer. It's not a freezer, but it's also not warm back here. You see before you one figure, younger in colorful attire, clearly a Pokedonald's outfit. with a small stunky in front of it. That's going. You see two other figures, a woman
I'm not in there
and
yet.
one that might be a little more androgynous. It's hard to make out, just given their general body shape and the way that the overcoat covers them. Both of them have two Pokemon out in front of them. They both look very much like Machu, except for one has blue tips to its ear and its tail ends in what looks to be a blue-like negative symbol, and another one similar, but with red tips and a plus-like symbol for a tail. The two of them seem to be blowing sparks from their cheeks almost aggressively, but they look at each other with bright eyes, and they are almost cheering each other on.
Oh, what? Well, this certainly isn't the bank.
Grandpa, don't go wandering off into random buildings.
Brooke, I think I need you to come in and escort me back out so we might find the bank.
The two figures look over at the open doorway, light clearly shining in to this space. Should probably change the music a little bit.
Because we're being little shits.
Gonna walk up to the Poke Donald's employee and just, you wouldn't happen to know where the bank is, would you?
Yes, my grandfather's looking for the bank. I tried to tell him it's not this building, but he wandered in.
We saw these two fellows coming in. They look like bankers, so I made an assumption, but apparently I was wrong.
The kid goes, you gotta help me, mister. These two guys, they just broke in here and started, tearing through things. I think they want to hurt me. And
Roll insight. Can I roll insight?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. 5.
15.
5 and a 15. He seems genuinely frightened. He follows up by saying, I was just told not to let anybody back here. If the boss knew that I left the back door open, he'd can my ass.
You heard the boy. I don't think you're supposed to be back here.
We aren't either. We can all go to the bank together. You're clearly bankers.
The two figures kind of step closer to each other, and they eyeball you, and they say, "Hey, this isn't going to be a problem now, is it?"
We're just looking for the bank, and the young man here said that we shouldn't be back here, so it's only logical that we all go together, right?
I say, "Look, all we're asking is that you step away and act like you didn't see nothing, right? It'd be in your better interest."
Is that a threat?
The female figure steps forward and says, "Yes, that's a threat."
But we're just looking for the bank. Billy, rock throw out the blue one! Billy's going to use rock throw out the blue one.
Can I get you guys to roll initiative?
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, well, that's not good. What does that equal out to? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it?
No.
Is it?
It's not the lowest I could have rolled, but it's damn near. You were at the Pokemon Center, so you're back up to full health.
Wow,
Good.
Okay. Best I've rolled an initiative in a long time.
Not really. Would be active.
Oh, God.
Okay, anybody roll over a 20?
Nice joke.
Should have known.
That's only possible for Brooke now.
Anybody roll a 15 to 20? 10 to 15?
12.
5 to 10? That's all I need to know.
What did you roll?
Modified 1. It's not as bad as last time where I was going to wait until you said 1 to 5 and then still not say anything.
Okay, so Bonsly throws a rock at the
Blue one, because it's the
Small
only
blue
one that he's got a
creature.
line of sight on.
Okay, the small rodent looks at you and kind of stands up, ready to dodge the attack.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
That's weird.
Well, it was weird because it was like half in the
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
half out of it. So I was like, is that technically cocked? But no, it's not. So that's a blah, 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 blah. I need to just memorize these at some point. So that's 9 plus 14 to hit.
14. The small rodent watches the rock move straight towards it, dead on. It leaps in the air, puts its back 2 legs on top of the rock, and does a somersault over top of it, landing acrobatically. Its cheek pouches spark. Looks over to the other colored one, and the other one high-fives it, and then they stand there ready to go.
Oh, no.
The woman looks towards the blue one and says, huh, all right, go get him. And the blue one takes off running towards... Let's see here.
I mean, it's only 20 feet to either of us.
It's going to run right up to you, to the Bonsly that just threw the rock at it. She says, right, start this off with a spark. And
Did you name them Rhett and Link?
no, I didn't.
That would be interesting for Steven?
The small blue one running right up to you, its cheeks light up, and it just does a tackle right into the side of you.
Zip zap.
That is going to be really high.
That's never fun to hear.
Just a straight 20, not natural.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to take...
Oh, not resistant to electrical damage. Lame.
You're going to take 14 points of electrical damage
Okay.
as this thing slams into you, just lighting Bonsly up like a Christmas tree. Woo! And then she's going to say, great, now turn around and hit it with a quick attack.
Hit him with the thunderbolt.
That is not going to hit. That's going to be a 9.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit.
Okay, this time bouncing off the hard exterior. The man says, all right, go get him then. And the other Pokemon is going to sort of dodge over, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I don't think it will. It's going to...
I love how the fast food employee calls out a stunky.
Yeah.
He's gonna ruin all this food.
Okay.
Agreed.
The second one is going to run to the corner of this small stack of boxes. It's going to rub its little cheeks together, throw its head, and this bolt of electricity is going to fly towards your Riolu.
Okay.
Riolu, can you please give me a con save?
That's an 8.
Okay. Your Riolu is caught up in the electricity, and it just zaps his little joints. Riolu is now considered paralyzed.
No, he's not. I choose to use Steadfast.
Wicked. So he resists it. And then the little Pokemon that is standing there claps its hands together, does a fist bump into the air, and it calls out towards the other one. The other one looks back, and it looks energized. And he says, yeah, that's helping your teammate.
Psh.
And then it's going to back up a little bit to where it was. Okay, Brooke.
Raiolo is going to go running down
Memory lane.
here. And he is going to get an attack of opportunity from the blue guy.
Yes, he is. Does a... Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to take 18 points of electrical damage as you move away, and he turns around and
Oh,
zaps
more than I
you with his
thought.
electricity.
Yeah, these things aren't nice.
More than I thought. Okay. And then he's going to take a quick attack against this guy.
Okay.
11.
11 is not going to hit. You come in for a quick attack, but this little thing is far faster than your Ryolu, and it easily dodges to the side with a smile on its face.
Another quick attack. 19.
That one hits. Not so cocky this time. The small creature gets smoked with a quick right jab, sending it toppling into the pile of boxes behind it. And it pulls itself up, shaking its head.
4.
4 points of damage.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so the Pokedonald's employee is going to look at all of this, and he's going to go, okay, Stunky, let's get out of here. And he
Waddles away. And then he waddles away.
starts
Waddle,
moving
waddle,
towards the door defensively.
Got any
Jackson.
grapes?
Yeah.
Hey, bird to do. Gotta and then go up there, and then just go up to the blue one with myself and be like, woo doo 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 doo. Just try to distract her while Billy goes in with a low kick. That's an 11 plus things plus 14, 16.
16 just hits.
Perfect.
Yeah, the little mouse creature thought that it was clever, and it goes to jump, kind of like it's jumping over a skipping rope, catches the bottom of it and falls flat on its face.
How much damage now? It's more than 1d10. It is now...
Probably 2d8.
Oh, yeah, I never looked it up. And that's a good friggin' roll. 14... Oh, no, 13... 15 points of fighting type damage.
Not bad. A solid hit on this creature. Okay, doing anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Top of the round. This gentleman is going to move over beside the woman, and the woman is going to call out over top of the pallets and say, dear, you know what? Give it a taste of its own medicine. Copycat.
Oh, no.
And the creature looks at you, its eyes shine, and then it goes in for a low kick against your bonds.
Oh, it's gonna hurt. Maybe.
Yeah, that is going to be a... That's a 25 to hit?
Yep.
Okay. And it is dex based, right?
Uh,
Dex or strength?
It is, yeah, strength dex based.
You take 19 points of fighting type damage as it slams that small foot into the underside of Bonsly. And Bonsly's eyes go wide.
Okay, but because of sturdy, instead of that, he only takes 19. Instead of taking what would be 38. Okay.
Been bad.
And she says, excellent work. Now, hit it with a quick attack. Okay, that's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. You are going to take... It's going to be... what is that? So that is... 9 points of normal type damage.
Reduced to 4.
And it's going to pivot right there. The other one is going to... Okay. It's going to pivot upwards here, and it's going to let loose another bout of electricity towards Riolu. Can you give me a con save?
12.
Does he get a
12?
bonus to his saving throws? Because of how loyal he is?
Oh.
If his loyalty is +2, he should get a +2 to his saving throws.
Yep.
His loyalty is +3.
Then yeah, he'll get a +2 to his saving throws.
So that's a 14.
14? Still fails.
Damn.
Riolu is stricken this time by electricity, unable to hold out a second time. Your Riolu is considered paralyzed.
I'm not paralyzed, but I seem to
No, he gets a
be struck by
+3
you.
because he has a +3 loyalty. Does a 15 change that?
A 15 does change that. This time, you save.
Oh, it is a +3.
Yeah.
10 additional hit points. Oh,
I also technically should have 5 more additional hit points because he would have started with 10
Same with
additional
Billy.
temporary hit points, not?
so I'm at 5 on there. And I'm going to change that to a +3.
And this figure is going to move around here behind.
So I
this
didn't take
pallet.
any damage?
Nope.
'Kay.
There's no damage to that move. And that is the end of its turn. Brooke, it is now your turn.
Riolu, 2 quick attacks. First one. 20.
A 20 hits.
4.
4 points of damage.
Yep.
A
And then
solid jab.
second attack.
Comes in with a quick kick.
14? Wait.
14 hits.
13.
Another 13 points of damage.
No.
Oh, it was a 13 to hit.
13, not
Oh,
14.
13 does not hit.
Yeah.
No. Where you thought it might have hit, just catches the tip of the Pokemon's tail and it rotates in
Mathing was
style.
hard.
Are you doing anything else?
Okay.
Okay. The Pokedonald's grunt is going to continue running. And he's going to disappear through this doorway. And slam it behind him. You can hear a door shutting and locking. Jackson.
Billy, come back!
Billy, come back.
Go, Rasputin!
This angry rat appears in the space beside him. Ready to take a nom out of this small electric rodent. Okay.
I'm going to double check low kick.
Alrighty. The woman moves between the pallets and she shouts out to the Pokemon. Alright, we got him there. Keep at it. And the tiny electric rodent is going to light up its cheeks and go in for a full body tackle against that Raticate. That is going to be a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
14 does not hit. It follows up. Sorry. Hold on a sec. Sorry, 14 plus 3 is 17.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. You are going to take... 15 points of electric type damage as it slams into you. And it follows it up with a quick attack.
Oh, wait, what?
That's not nearly as good. That one's a 14.
Oh, that does not hit.
Okay. The quick attack did not hit.
There now.
And the Pokemon is going to rotate down to here, risking an attack of opportunity from you.
And I'm
So does
going
I.
to take it. Hey, what do you have, Rasputin? Let's do it with a bite.
Not Rasputin. It's incurring an attack of opportunity from you.
Oh, from me.
Yeah, it rotated around to the other side of Rasputin,
Oh.
but it moved out of your
Then yeah, I'm
attacking
a
range.
deck it in the schnoz. No, I'm not. That's a 4.
A 4. You reach down to try and hit this thing. It's small. It's about the size of Pichu, maybe a little bit larger. And it's fast and feisty. It moves out of your hands very quickly. And it's gone. The other one is going to rotate around behind Riolu. We're just going to attack from you.
11.
11. You do not hit. Again, it is too quick
Because
for
I'm
you.
assuming I'm not proficient in my fish.
Correct.
My fist, yeah.
We are not proficient with punch.
Otherwise, it would have been a 14.
Running around the edge of Riolu, it stops and it comes in for a full body tackle as he yells, "Spock!" And that is going to be a 15 to hit you.
Yes.
Sorry, a 25.
Yeah.
A little different.
Slightly.
Just a lot.
7 plus. So you're going to take 16 points of electric type damage as it slams into your backside. That would have been
And I'm going to use counter. Counter him! Punch him back! That is 19.
19 hits. As Riolu brings up his arm.
4. I keep rolling 2s.
Another
Oh, no.
4 points.
Too many
5.
deuce.
Because that's a fighting type.
Damn.
Wicked. Yeah, the small Pokemon gets smoked as it tries to move away. Riolu coming in with a swift counter. Brooke, it's your turn.
Okay. Riolu, let's let Vexation get some skin in the game. Come back.
Maybe come back. Okay, Riolu disappears inside the Pokeball.
Shuppet
Nope.
is
Nope.
gonna be...
Nope.
Good job, Steven.
We really need a cheat sheet for you.
And this small ghost type Pokemon appears,
I need
surveying
a-
the scene. It
I
says,
need a thing. How do I do the writingness?
Yeah,
That
that one.
text
And then
one.
text.
so the roof is only 10 feet up, so you can move 5 feet up.
He can't be right up against the ceiling?
You could be right up against the ceiling if you wanted to.
It won't be 10 feet up.
Shuppet would be a tiny creature.
He's gonna be right up near the thing.
So you move up 10 feet.
That's where he is. No,
Okay.
that's where I threw him.
Perfect.
Threw his Pokeball against the ceiling. It was like, go Vexation!
Jackson.
You need the experience.
Rah, rah, Rasputin, gonna flank this fuck machine. And,
You guys move around it.
now, do the sword dancey thing that you do. And he's gonna use sword stance.
Wicked. He generates a number of floating mystical swords above his head that do a quick dance, providing him with some extra guard.
And then do the thing that Riolu does a lot with the quicking and the attacking. So that is a 17. Oh no,
17
that's
hits.
a 18, even more.
18 hits.
And quick attack, that's 1d6 at level 5, yeah. And I rolled max, so that's 10 points of normal type damage.
Wonderful. Putting his head down, the Raticate spins around and slaps it with its tail for a very quick attack, landing a solid 10 points of normal type damage.
May you please announce when the top of the round is?
It is the top of the round.
I'm using Shadow Sneak.
Ooh.
So my initiative first.
Okay.
That's
Nat
it.
20.
Kraken! So he would have floated down, hit him with a nat 20.
Wicked. In the very poor lighting in the back of this area, shadows stretching out from between the different pallets and stacks of boxes. Shuppet disappears in one, and then a shadow extends towards its target.
11
Oh, yeah.
points of ghost type damage.
I will mark you with a
Not
red
bad.
so I know you're concentrating.
This little Pokemon didn't see it coming, and it had no way of defending itself as it's struck straight in the jaw. It falls down on the ground and pulls itself up. spark is flying from its cheeks as it calls out to the other one, and you can hear the other one call back to it.
And he will stay there
Okay.
because I don't want him to get hit.
The other one at the other end of here is going to...
Now you have
the
red
woman
dot.
is going to
Concentration.
move around the other side
Oh.
of here and is going to command its Pokemon, keep at it! You're stronger than it! And it's going to roll a nat 20 for a spark attack on you.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll hit.
You're going to take 29 points of electric type damage. Sorry, 31. As it slams into you.
He faints.
The Raticate is fried. The electricity coursing through its body. Its tail goes straight out behind
they're
it before
gangsters.
its eyes roll back. It falls to the ground and then disappears into a red light as you
Let's
call it
fight
back.
electric with electric.
Yay.
Very good.
Yep.
And then the creature is going to climb up on top of this pile of boxes, look down at your Pichu, and take a running jump at it.
I'm a deck him with a schnoz.
Okay.
It's a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit. The tiny Pichu is not quick enough to hit this other tiny Pokemon.
No, that was me.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. It is still within reach, so you wouldn't get an attack. It is going to make a quick attack against your Pichu. That's going to be a second natural 20.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, it's not. No.
Bye, Pichu, and your 18 HP. But it's just a quick attack. Which means it doesn't resist it.
It's going to be 14 points of
Hey!
normal type damage as it basically Goomba stomps your tiny Pichu and lands back on top of this pallet of goods. The other one's going to move over here, look over at its comrade on top of that pallet, and go, Choo! Putting up its hands, little sparks flying. The other one turns around, acknowledges, and nods its head. And then it is going to shoot a wave of electricity up towards your Shuppet.
I'm technically melee. I'm not up again.
Okay,
but
doesn't matter. Make a con save.
Oh, no.
That's a nope. That's a 1. However, I might have failed it, but I was hit by an attack.
It's not an attack. I mean, it's a move, but it's not a melee attack.
It doesn't say melee attack.
Oh.
It says hit with an attack.
Okay.
It's still an attack.
Okay.
I use spite.
Yep, that's fine. So you are paralyzed, firstly. So give me a d4 to see if you can use that. If you roll a 4, you are paralyzed.
It's
She
a
is not.
2.
Perfect. The Shuppet does a small circle in the
You
air.
make a wisdom
you can see
save.
a little bit of electricity flying off of it as it goes. That is not good.
Good.
That's going to be a 6.
No, all your PP for that move is drained.
All of it?
I think so. You
Or is
spend
it
a
just an
reaction
additional
to
one?
attempt to drain the attacker's PP. If in range, the attack makes a wisdom save. Blah, blah. On a fail, roll a d4.
Yeah.
They lose 4 of their PP
Holy
from
crap.
that move.
Okay. You can see that this Pokemon is actively drained. You can see that it looks tired. And the Shuppet does another backflip in midair. Excellent work. The Pokemon is going to stay right there.
Is it the top of the round?
It is not the top of the round. It is now your turn.
I went this round already.
No, you didn't.
What?
You went at the top of the round.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you're already gone.
Yeah.
Because you moved to the top of the round because of Shadow Sneak. Jackson.
I'm gonna try to climb on top of here.
It's only 5 feet, no problem. You pull yourself over laboredly, but sure enough.
I don't know why I did that, because I'm just gonna get Pichu to kiss him. Smack him on the lips. So I need an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence save? That
Yep.
is rough. That's a 5.
So they're confused.
The small mouse Pokemon doesn't understand as the other one jumps up, kisses it on the lips, and then falls back down, and it goes.
Now that's an action. Do I have anything to do
yeah.
with a bonus action? No, I
Very
don't.
confused.
And that's it. Oh, wait, I should have done that thing that I forgot to do because of static, because I was hit by melee attack from it. So, hey, and I rolled a 4, so it takes 2 points of electric type damage.
2 points of electric type damage. It seems to be resistant.
Yeah. I'll nickel and dime it.
Okay.
Top
Now
of the
it's
round?
top of the round.
I use Shadow Sneak.
Okay. Disappearing into a shadow again, this Pokemon launches itself from a neighboring crate.
16?
16 hits. This Shuppet, given the tiny rat...
4. I'm rolling a lot of 2s.
showing
That's
this tiny
too
rat
bad.
for what for. So that is your turn.
Hang on.
Unless you're going to do anything.
Yeah. Shuppet, move over towards the other blue one. And he's going to go 5,
Starts
10.
floating over. Okay, you are going to take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, you are paralyzed, so
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
could you give me a d4 to see if you actually hurt me that time?
No, it's a 4.
It's a 4?
I did
Ooh,
not.
seized up with paralysis.
Okay. So then he's just going to go. He's going to go 5.
He
10.
can't because he's restrained.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he just
Oh, you
kind
should
of
mark him.
shudders with
Make sure to
electricity.
remember he's paralyzed.
Okay. The blue one across the way looks at these two things around it, and the woman goes, Are you mad, old man?
Yes?
It is going to move over this way, and it is going to run and take a spark attack at you.
What does it have to do for confusion?
Roll a d20 and hit over a 10, of which it failed.
So it takes my proficiency bonus as damage? Or its proficiency?
Yeah. I'm just going to double check what the DC on that is. I'm pretty sure it's 10. Either way, it rolled a 3, so it's definitely failed.
Ouch. Hell yeah.
Come here, Pokemon statuses, confused. Oh, can you roll a 1d4 for me to see how long it's confused
Oh,
for?
right.
Yeah, it rolled lower than a 9. So, 9 or lower.
That's a 1.
Oh, 1. So this is its only turn. But it is going to take 3 points of damage. And it can't use a move this turn. So it is actually just going to stop there. As it hits itself, shocking itself with electricity. The other one is going to pivot right over here. And it's going to take a charge attack. Sorry, a spark attack at your Shuppet.
Oh. Goodbye, laptop.
Oh no. Not doing so well lately, is
Baby,
it?
come back.
Nope.
Baby, come back to me.
That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yes.
Jesus.
That is going to be 26 points of electric type damage as it slams into the side of your Shuppet. Rolling very well.
Please make a wisdom save. Spite him!
Wisdom save. That's going to be a 5.
Does it fail?
Yep.
The D4. That many papa.
Two.
Two papa.
Two drain papa.
Okay. Very good. It's gonna be the end of its turn. And Jackson.
Machu! Flank him and give him a kiss again.
The kiss of death.
And another sweet kiss.
Okay. Intelligence save?
Yep.
That is actually not bad. That's a natural 18, so that's a 16.
Yep. They make it.
Okay. This time the Minun is not taken by this. The woman looks over at her Pokemon and looks over at the other individual in there and says, "All right, Georgie, this is going on a little longer than we thought." And the blue rodent is going to jump down off the box and is going to make a spark attack at your Pichu.
I'm gonna try to punch him again.
Okay.
It's a 9.
9 does not hit. Jumping away from your grasp, it hits the ground and comes in for a tackling spark. It rolls a... That's a 12.
I can't remember Pichu's AC off the top of my head. I think it is 12.
That's right. I can take a look. Pokemon Party. Machu 11.
11, yeah.
Beats it. So, Pichu is going to suffer. That's a good roll. 24 points of electric type damage as it
Well-
slams into the side of Pichu.
Well, he's fainted. But, because it was a physical attack before he goes... Nope, nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I needed to roll a 4.
Top
Your
of the round.
Pichu passes out.
Swap in Dandy.
Sorry, that was top of the round. You want to use the Shadow Sneak?
Jackson's bottom of the round.
Yeah, it's not Jackson's turn.
Oh.
It's the top of the round turn.
Yes, I did. You
'Kay.
gotta tell the top of the round.
Go for it. Roll a d4 to see if you can. Because your Shuppet is currently paralyzed.
Ah!
No, it is restrained again.
Yeah.
Caught on the ground. You can see it rolling around in anguish.
I'm sorry, Vexation. You did good.
You did good. Already giving up on it.
He has 1 hit point left.
Jackson, who would you like to replace your Pokemon
Dandy.
with? Dandy. How dandy.
I'm almost back.
Okay. The small dandelion Pokemon appears before it. Where do you want it to be?
Oh, hang on. I'm jumping in the game. Launch roll 20.
Yes, I'm counting him out, Steven. He's barely in it.
Huh. So we shall stick Dandy. We'll put him right up against the ceiling, so 10 feet up.
Okay. 10 feet up. Excellent. The other Pokemon's going to run right underneath you then, and is going to use a quick attack,
Ha!
and kind of launches itself off the ground straight up towards you. That is going to be a natural 19.
So it hits.
That's going to equal a 28.
Yeah. It's 15 above my AC.
That is only going to be 5 points of normal type damage as it boops you underneath and lands in superhero pose.
Okay.
3-point landing. Like a squirrel.
And then it's going to continue moving a little bit. Over to here. The other creature is going to pivot over here. Running down between the pallets.
Attack
It's
of
going to look
opportunity?
up. You are restrained because you failed your paralysis.
So that lasts for the whole round?
Yep.
Oh.
Is going to run over to the edge of this pallet, look up at your Hoppip, and let loose another string of electricity.
Wait,
You
did I
need
get
to
to go
make a
before
con
these
save?
guys?
Nope.
You're after this guy.
No, but I think I missed.
No, Brooke jumped to the top of the round. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you need a con save?
Yep.
That is probably going to be pretty decent. Dandy's con is pretty good. Fuck off. So that's 14, 16, 18.
18 passes. Yeah. Taking that basically lasso of electricity, it whirls around the dandelion greens and disperses into the air. Dandy dances there and shakes its little tush. Brooke went. Now it's your turn.
Dandy, poison the red one. Use poison powder. So I'm going to
Ooh.
need, I believe, a con save. Yes.
Very good. I think it's going to fail. Yeah, fail big time with a 7.
Yep. DC was 11. It is poisoned.
Awesome. Yeah, and immediately this small mouse-like Pokemon looks very unwell as it is swept up in a cloud of purple mist.
20. And you're going to fly over there. What's your speed? Yes, 20.
So poison creature has disadvantage on all ability checks and attack rolls and takes an amount of poison damage equal to its proficiency bonus at the end of each of its turns until it faints or is cured of its poison. Rough.
And I will 5, 10, 15.
Okay. Run over there and block it.
Ah!
Okay, top of the round. You not doing nothing?
No, I'm not. I have to declare I'm doing Shadow Sneak. I'm not doing Shadow Sneak.
Okay. The woman is going to move up here alongside the pallets. She's going to look at her Pokemon and she's going to say, shoot it out of the sky.
Ominous.
And it's just going to sort of pivot over here so that I can see your Hoppip.
I'm going to try to punch
The
it.
ceiling there.
That's an 11.
An 11. And then it's
Negative
going
3 to punch.
rub its little cheeks, shake its tail, and let loose this flurry of small stars that
Sweet.
fly with exact accuracy. You're going to take 3 hits that you cannot dodge. First hit, you're going to take 4 points of normal damage.
Okay.
The second hit, you're going to take another 4 points.
Okay.
And the third one, you're going to take another 4 points.
12. Okie dokie.
So that was 5, 10, 15. And it's just going to move over here. No, it's going to move. It's going to move right here and use a quick attack on your Shuppet. That is going to be a natural 19, so a 26 to hit you. And your Shuppet is going to take 8 points of
He's
normal
out.
type damage.
Does he take the damage, though? Because he's a ghost type and it's normal type damage.
Oh, no.
Immune. It just passes right through him.
Too focused on trying to figure out what I'm trying to do that I did not hear the type of attack.
Look at that. You got me this time. Okay. This other one, looking not so well, is going to move around the side of the pallet.
Did you move the wrong one? Oh.
No. And the other gentleman is going to move up here too. Now, what is it gonna do? Okay. Oh no, should have done that last time. Man. It's going to use Thunder Wave at you again, as it rubs its little cheeks and shoots off a wave of electricity towards your Hoppip.
So that... Let me double check. That's pretty decent. That's that's 12.
12. This time Hoppip is caught up in the electricity, and it kind of jolts his joints,
No!
causing Dandy to be paralyzed. Brooke.
Effects done with a Pokemon that no longer is battle no longer holds the effects on the previous Pokemon, right?
You mean status?
Like a...
If a Pokemon is
No, it's not
paralyzed, poisoned...
It's an advantage of sorts.
No,
Because
Oh.
it doesn't hold. If you
Wait.
trade them out, they go away.
Is
Unless
there,
you use something like Baton Pass.
is there bright sunlight in this room?
Absolutely not. In fact, it's
Damn.
kind of dark
Damn.
and poorly lit.
Okay, Shepit, you did good. You did good, Vexation, but I don't want you out. Come
Is
back.
this a window?
Nope, that's a large bay door.
I'm assuming it's closed.
It is.
And then... Sorry, trying to figure out who I want to bring out.
No problem. The tiny Shuppet with a giggle disappears inside the Pokeball.
Go, Axel!
You throw the Pokeball into the corner, and this small electric green-haired dog appears, electricity flowing through its joints. It strikes the ground and sniffs at the air, smelling all the fried food.
Oh no. Be good. Be good. There's a fight.
Don't worry, Macho didn't steal any. Angus will be fine. Or Axel will be fine.
Jackson.
Yeah. I'm gonna run over to the... Do I see, like, a chain or something for the bay door to open it?
Yeah, there's a little, like, right over by Hoppip, actually, there would be a little button that is just a very simple up, down, and hold.
I'm a boop the button.
Okay. The bay door opens, unleashing a large bit of bright light into this sort of immediate space. We'll say, like, everything up to sort of here, and a little bit over here and here.
Would Dandy be kind of...
mostly this
Would
space.
Dandy be caught in it?
Yeah. I would say
Perfect.
that space would be counted as
Perfect.
bright sunlight.
Because this Pokemon does not suffer from negative status ailments in bright sunlight. So fuck your paralysis.
As the bright sunlight hits it, Dandy shakes off the paralysis.
No,
soaking
would
up
that
the
be an
sunlight.
action to boot the button or a bonus action?
I would have said that would have been an action
'Kay.
to move across there and wait for the door to open. But Dandy is healed. The fresh chlorophyll flowing through its dandelion veins. Top of the round. Can't do anything. Let's see. This Pokemon's going to move over here, and it's going to rub its cheeks and throw another volley of stars towards your...
Fuck off
Hoppip?
with your shuriken bullshit.
Okay. On the first hit, you are going to take 2 points of normal damage.
Okay.
On the second hit, you're going to take another 2 points of normal damage. And on the third star, you're going to take 3 points of
Same
normal
time.
damage.
Okay.
And then it's going to go... move over here, and it jumps beside the other one. And they go back to back and look up at the Hoppip.
Did the other one take poison damage at the end of its turn?
The other one did not. I should do that. Thank you for the reminder. As it coughs. The red one is going to... use one of its abilities.
Ow.
I agree.
Can't really do much there. Is going to rotate into this space and
Oh, no.
stand defensively. This gentleman is going to move up there.
This is a big clusterfuck.
A little bit.
Rook.
Okay, one sec.
But they're all
Very
very
uncomfortable.
nicely lined up.
Okay. Sorry, I needed to adjust.
Nope.
Okay, Axel, get in there and a charging tackle.
Dodging around the pallets, he does a swift turn, kicking at the boxes, nearly knocking them over, and
Oh,
doing a full body
I wouldn't have
tackle
gone
into
there.
that Pokemon.
I'd have gone there.
Okay.
$18. Mathing's hard right now.
18. Hits.
And that's a 5 plus 7, 12. 12 points of
Solid
normal type
hit.
damage.
This looks like the Pokemon is actually starting to look pretty hurt at this point in time as you full body running tackle into the side of this electric mouse.
5, 10, 15,
It kind of takes the hit, almost slams into Jackson, picks itself off the ground, and shakes its ears.
45. He's gonna back up then. I'm gonna say, Axel, back off a bit.
Okay. He's going to take an attack of
That's
opportunity.
fine.
Still has movements after all that?
Yep. Because I
Holy
can
shit.
go diagonal. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. At least if I would have done here. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to take an attack of opportunity. That's going to be a natural 19 on a spark, which is going to put it at 28. You're going to take 18 points of electric type damage
So halved.
as it slams into you.
So 9.
Sounds about right. And it is Jackson's turn.
Yeah. Dandy, use synthesis for the first time ever.
Ooh, in the bright light, again, it starts soaking up the sunlight. You can see its leaves
wanna
turn an
soak
even
up the
darker
sun.
shade of green, and it smiles.
Everyone
Oh, that's okay. Oh, wow, that's really good. Holy shit.
wanna
That's
tell 'em that
11 plus 1, so that's 12 hit points back.
Solid. Dandy is looking just dandy.
One hit point away from max on that roll.
Wow. Okay.
Did the red one take the poison damage again? Oh no, the red one hasn't gone yet.
Red one did go, so he is going to take another. No, he hasn't yet, because it was Brooke's turn. Okay. Top of the round. Frankie looks at his small blue Pokemon and he says, at her small blue Pokemon and says, all right. That could be useful. Use Copycat. Soak up the sun.
Fuck.
Can you read out what chlorophyll does?
You recover 2d6 plus Constitution modifier.
Gonna soak
Awesome.
up the sun.
Although I'm assuming it increases at higher levels. Let me double check what it says.
Gonna tell
Yeah,
everyone.
goes to 4d6 at 5th level.
Latina.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna tell them that
I forgot about that.
I know where to play.
Plus.
Or minus, depending if the con is shit.
This Pokemon's looking a lot better.
God damn it.
Yeah, as it stands there basking in the sun.
Whoops.
Uh,
Oh, and the other one can do the fucking same bullshit.
and then it is going to run over here, and it's going to use Quick Attack. It is going to be a not natural 20 to hit you.
Yep.
And take 8 points of normal type damage as it runs over there and just boop, boops you quickly in the air. The other one. Can only do so much. It is going to move.
I fucking dare you. Ha!
Going to take an attack as it runs away.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. It's going to run up
It's
to
only
the
a 10.
Electrike and go in for a spark attack. It would have been a natural 20, but it's poisoned. So it's actually only a 13.
13 hits.
13 hits. It's going to be 17 points of electric type damage as it runs over.
Half.
And it is going to take a few points of poison damage.
So that's a 7 points. Do I take?
Half of
What was it, 15?
I'm having a brain fart.
8,
8?
17, so
Oh, so 8, yeah.
Yeah. I had a moment. There's 2. 6, 4, okay. I got it. I can math. I'm good.
it is now Brooke's turn.
Okay.
I'm only going to keep the tabs open that I am using from now on, I think.
Okay, Axel. We gotta take the risk. Back off of him a bit.
Okay, you're going to take an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
That is going to be a 14.
Hits.
You're going to take another 15 points of electric type damage.
So halved to 7.
7.
Yep. Pumping out the bolts.
Okay, buddy. It's all or nothing. Charging tackle.
Full body tackles into this small Pokemon.
15.
15, eh? Okay.
Yeah, does it hit?
15 hits. Yep.
8.
8 points of damage. That's still pretty good. This Pokemon's starting to look pretty hurt.
So I come up here next to Axel.
Okay, Jackson.
10 feet up isn't close enough to incur tax opportunity, is it?
Nope.
Perfect. 10, 5, 10, 15. And then drop 5 and boop it with a tackle.
Ooh. Coming out of the air, Hoppip
Just
drops
boop him.
down.
That's not very good. It's
I don't want to talk about it.
it's a 10.
10 does not hit. Even at advantage, this small electric rat saw it coming,
I don't
diving out
like-
of the way. Like a Apache helicopter, Hoppip comes in.
Is anybody else here CCR playing?
Okay. Trying to decide what to do.
And I'm
here.
going to go boop boop.
Of course you are. Run up to that side. Should make a murder sandwich around that one Pokemon.
It's not really a murder sandwich yet.
The
It's a
other
murder
one-
sandwich with too much bread.
Yeah. The other one's gonna run in, and this man's gonna run over here.
The other one runs past me?
Sorry,
Ha!
he can't move that turn. She's gonna move up there.
Oh my god, that's a 15.
He didn't move. I apologize. I was lying to you.
No!
The blue Pokemon? The blue Pokemon totally moved.
The blue Pokemon did.
Yeah, Jackson's
yeah.
trying to
Oh,
take
okay.
an attack on it.
I thought you were attacking the guy.
No, it was,
No!
it was a 15 to hit the
Okay.
the middle.
15 to hit that one does
Yep.
not hit.
What? Damn it.
No, it deftly dodges under your punch. Stops right there, looks at the other one. You can see they're kind of sniffing at each other, and they look concerned. But it stops, and it goes in for a spark attack against the Hoppip.
What if I told him he's not allowed?
It's going to be a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Sorry, sir. Not today.
No.
You're going to take 17 points of electric type
Oh,
damage.
Dandy, no.
You only have one
Bye,
slot,
Dandy.
don't you?
As Dandy is fried dandelion.
10, 15, 20, 30.
Its leaves kind of curl in on itself.
Can we make this map longer?
I mean, do you have means to twist time and space? Space specifically.
No, I think because
No, I mean,
the
like,
dock is open.
Because the dock is open, so I can get Billy outside.
Oh yeah, if you want to.
Steven's like, no. Well, couldn't you put him on like the last square and then say how many feet off he is?
Yeah, but you can actually change it in roll 20.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I didn't know.
So, what is the range on that? 100 feet? Hell yeah, we're doing this then.
So throwing him 60 feet out.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Okay, outside the door, you throw
Billy!
Billy. Billy
He's the only
appearing
thing I
outside
have
in the
left.
sunshine.
And Billy's like, why am I out here?
Seeing all these people inside.
Hi, everyone!
And then the Minun is going to end its turn making a quick attack against the Electrike. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Yep.
We're going to take 9 points of normal type damage
He's knocked unconscious.
No.
as it bounces off your Electrike and moves.
Was that the last one?
No, I still have everybody.
Oh.
And moves back this way.
Granted, Shuppet's really worse for wear, and Ryolu
Yep.
was like, but...
Ooh, and your Meowth appears.
Go, Sassy!
The
fought
man
good,
is going to
Axel.
move out
You
here.
fought good.
Sorry, she's going to have moved out here. They're going to move outside the door. And this Pokemon is going to use Thunder Wave on your Meowth. So it needs to make a con save.
Except joke's on you, I don't have to. That's a 17.
17, no problem. Avoiding the electrical blast, your Meowth kind of
She's like,
extends its fur.
I'm Brittany, bitch.
And the Plusle is going to move. It's going to move out this way, so you can take an attack of opportunity at it.
Hell yes, I can't wait. No, I can't, because I already used my attack of opportunity. But, oh, you're talking to her. I'm too eager.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Um,
What are you doing?
trying to determine what attack I'm using. Biting. No. Why am I all confused about my things right now? That is not the right damage. That's why.
Bite should be 2d8 now?
Oh, you don't know. Yeah, she's level 5. I'm fucking myself up. Forget I said anything. She's biting him.
Okay.
I'm just confused. I forgot she leveled up. I was having a moment. That's 12 points of dark type damage.
Ooh. Catching some serious fur as it leaves there. Meowth ends up with a mouthful.
Oh, but hang on. I forgot she has Savage Attacker.
Oh, reroll
So
that
I want to
damage?
see if that's more. 15?
15? What was it before?
12, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Minus
so
another
15
3.
instead.
Ooh. Yeah, this Pokemon's looking pretty rough. That was those two. Brooke, now your turn.
Okay. Sassy. Go after... Is it the blue one that just ran away? Or
No,
was
it
it
was
the
the
red
red
one?
one.
The
that
red
ran
one.
away.
Go after that red one.
Rawr.
And bite him again.
Rawr.
20?
Hits. Sassy who comes out when shit gets real.
Apparently.
Rawr.
16 or... definitely taking the 16.
16 hits.
No,
Oh,
16
except
damage.
I couldn't have re-rolled it anyway because it's the same round. So never mind.
Oh,
16 anyway.
16 points of damage.
Yep, 16 points of dark damage.
Okay, slamming into this Pokemon, you knock it unconscious. And it falls down. The other mouse looks across the way, and its eyes go big, and it goes... and it reaches
And
out its
Sassy
hands.
goes-
You can see this electric connection between the two of them.
Licking the blood of its enemy off its paws. Glaring it down.
You can see that the electricity that has covered this other Pokemon slightly diminishes a little bit.
Bitch,
Seeing
please,
the
yeah,
other
it
one go
does.
unconscious. And the man goes, "Hey,
Yes?
Jackson."
Hey, 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 hey. Hip, hip, and
run
throw
through
rocks
that
at the
door?
blue one. Rock throw. That's okay. That is... What is your modifier for it again, Billy? I keep forgetting. Blah, blah, blah. Strength, so that... 14 to hit.
14. This small blue Pokemon, who's looking very sad, sees the rock coming, and it just kind of bats it away with its tail and looks
Oh.
at the ground.
It's like, and it accepts it.
Fine, then.
Okay. These two mysterious figures look at each other, and they look at the two of you, and the one says, "Fine. This is too much trouble anyways. I think we got what we needed." And the other one says, "But, fine. Okay. You two are too much trouble for what it's worth." And the woman takes a small Pokeball out from her pocket. She clicks the little button on it, but instead of a Pokemon coming out, she throws it at the ground, and this large plume of smoke appears around all of you. Can I get you both to make a con save?
Including our Pokemon or just us?
Just you two.
That's not going to be...
Just
That's
for the
not going to
sake.
do it.
That's 5.
I think that's a full minus. Yeah, that's a 3.
Oh, perfect. Both of you are caught up in a coughing fit as smoke fills the area. You hear the sound of a motorcycle rev. And as the smoke clears, the two figures are gone. And you're just left with an open back room. A couple toppled boxes, some electrical marks on the ground.
Wait, what's the radius on that? Because she's 35 feet away.
Let me double check that. Fair enough. Yeah, she wouldn't have been in that.
I wouldn't
Um,
have been.
No, it's only a 30-foot radius. Doesn't matter. It would have completely obscured the area, so you wouldn't have seen what was happening. So these two took their turn and then took off. Either way, the battle has ended.
Come back, Sassy. Good job.
Come here, Billy. I'm sorry. Scoop him up and give him scritches. As my only remaining Pokemon.
I just about said, and then Everly. And then
If this was a Nuzlocke.
Brooke takes out Raulu.
Okay, Ryolu appears static shocked. He kind of shakes a little bit.
You did good. It was a tough fight.
He kind of reaches out his fist for a fist bump, and it moves with static electricity in his fur, and he kind of seizes up and winces.
How about Is he paralyzed?
He is.
Oh, yeah, yes. Maybe rest in the Pokeball. I'll get you to the Pokemon Center. And I put him back in.
Okay. Disappears inside the Pokeball with a nod. The two of you are left in this back alley. You hear the door to the back open slowly. And you hear a voice go, did you chase them off?
Yeah, what the hell was that about?
I don't know, man. They just kind of came in here and I think they were trying to steal the fries.
Cut
You
the
know,
shit.
special recipe and all that.
They were totally in here looking for something.
We
and
heard them
apparently
talk-
took it.
You heard them talking about shipments?
Yeah.
Look, I don't know, man. All I'm told is to not let anybody in the back door and don't tell the boss that I left it open.
Well, my Pokemon that helped chase him off really liked the smell of these burgers.
How about I throw in a few complimentary?
Awesome.
All right.
Sweeten the deal a little.
Didn't even argue.
Like, okay, but I'm gonna need you to go back around the front, and I'll bring you through a couple and bring it to your table.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you for coming
to go
Pokedonald's.
because Axel fell unconscious, please.
Oh, okay. Would you like fries with that?
Yes,
It's
please.
complimentary? Yes, please.
Oh, thank you for coming to Pokedonald's.
Okay, we'll go around the front.
Okay. You hear the
Gotta get
sound of the door
Axel's
closing
burger.
behind you, just. And you guys are in the back alley. You come around the front of the door and you open up the. There's a small crowd in the front, eating meal, none the wiser that anything might have occurred untowards in the back. And after a few more minutes, this embarrassed youth comes forward with 2 bags, the bottom of the bag soaking with grease. And he hands you them and he says, we're gonna tell the boss, right?
Never. Of course not.
All right.
Thanks for the burgers.
Enjoy your food.
Thank you, kind young man.
Waves to you.
Don't let them ever hassle you again. Maybe tell your boss there's some hooligans, scoping out the place?
Some unsavory types looking for
Yeah.
your shipments.
Scoping it out. You don't have to tell them that they were in the back. Just scoping it out.
We'll see. I really need that raise.
Maybe letting him... Never mind.
Those hooligans didn't give us any money for beating them in the Pokemon battle, did they?
Could we expect any less?
I'm
You would have
offended.
noticed as they drove off, there
Oh.
would have been some cash scattered on the ground behind you, as is
Good-hearted
customary.
thugs?
Okay. You would have found 1,050 Pokebucks
Holy crap.
dropped on the ground.
So 525.
Yep.
Puts me up to 5, not 70. I had 15. That would be 540.
Not a bad little haul. A little bit of scratch. A few
For
bags of
3 fainted
Pokedonald's.
Pokeball.
Well, let's get these guys back to the center.
Yep.
They'll need it if we're going to help the Exploud.
Yeah, and then we can check the job board while we're there.
Yeah.
You walk out of the Pokedonald's.
Hey,
and
all
start
of them
walking
got
down
that
the street.
experience because they were all out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, literally every one of them. Hey, Nurse Joy around?
Okay. You guys walk towards the Pokemon Center and open the door, and you are greeted by the smiling face of this large, pink, fluffy Pokemon.
Oh, hello.
And it goes, hey, and it waves to you, and it sort of beckons you
Oh.
to come in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
It's
of course.
large rabbit-like ears flopping. This is probably a good time to take a quick break.
Sweet.
Okay. You can level up our Pokemon? Did our Pokemon level up? I know Axel was decently close. Because 5th level is...
If you want me to, I can take a go?
Yeah, might as well.
Well,
check
you
a
might
check.
as well, because Axel's at 527, and I don't know how much experience that gave us, and he's really close to level 5. So,
Give me 1 second.
I'm so sleepy. Why?
Yes. I am same way.
Yeah, you guys used every one of your Pokemon, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
only one fainted though.
Well, of your party.
Of mine. Yes.
All of mine except for Billy did. Why am I speaking like Krillin now?
Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Each of your Pokemon is going to get 1,825 experience.
Holy crap.
Getting how much?
1825?
1,825.
25.
So Axel levels up. You're making me do the math? I'm not good at mathing today.
Hit window key C8. Bring up a calculator.
Sorry. How much do all of them get?
1825.
1825. What?
You know, a respectable amount.
So that brings Billy up to over 10,000 now.
Over 10,000.
10,244. Where
Sorry,
is Pokemon?
1825?
1,825.
I'm already forgetting.
Pokemon experience shot. That's the one. Oh, he's so close.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
When is 6th level?
12,000.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Dandy. Dandy's level 5.
Good for Dandy.
4324.
Ain't that just
Yeah,
Dandy?
6149.
So Dandy leveled up. Axel leveled up.
Yeah, and I think Shuppet did too.
Oh, wow. What level was Shuppet? 3?
Yeah.
73.
Okay, so.
Pichu, Machu's close. 1825 plus.
Yeah. Shuppet is now level 4.
Plus 7817.
What are you looking at me like that for?
If I roll my Pokemon's hit dice and I roll a 1 and they have a minus con, what does that mean?
The least you can gain is 1.
I was going to say. They go backwards.
Fucking sucks,
So
man.
Dandy's level 5.
They start losing HP.
and then Dandy rolls max.
Ain't that just Dandy?
So now we got 36 HP on Dandy.
Okay, so Shuppet gets a feat now.
And here I didn't think Shuppet had feet.
But
Huh. Huh. You're kidding me right now!
Oh no.
Oh my god. It's a
Pokemon
bad joke.
What do we got? Level 5. Proficiency and damage increase. Hell yeah. Oh, Dandy's really good at them con saves now.
Ain't that Dandy?
And the save.
I wish you had a rule about rolling ones.
And now tackle. I think goes up to 1d8.
Probably.
Proficiency and damage.
I'll stick that in there for now. And now recovers 4d6. Fairy Wind probably moves up to 1d8 as well. This Fairy Wind, do I have it in here? No. And I don't have the book open anymore, which I can do momentarily. The Padunda. The Padunda Fub. Find tackle.
Both of my Pokemon only went up
Oh,
by 1 hit
1d10
point.
at level 5.
Which ones?
Both of them.
Shuppet and Electrike?
Yes.
It's okay.
It's not okay. It sucks.
Tackle. And what was the other one?
I thought they would have had better con.
Fairy Wind.
Axel's is a 0 and Shuppet's is a -1.
Oh.
And I rolled a 1 for each of
God,
them.
died again.
Sucks, man. Sucks.
Would you be able to check for me what Fairy Wind's new damage will be?
Sure.
Tackle was 1d10. I'm assuming Fairy Wind would be the same because it's the same die, but it might be different. And I don't want to assume.
Fairy Wind goes up to 1d12
Holy
at level 5.
shit. Guess that barbarian die.
Barbarian.
You know what I realized is a really scary combo in regular D&D, actually? A barbarian druid. Because you can rage in beast shapes. So you go Path of the Totem Warrior. So you get resistance to all but psychic damage. Then you rage. Then you beast shape into something with a massive hit pool.
An actual bear.
Yeah. And then you basically become unkillable. Unless you fight something that does massive amounts of psychic damage.
The website I go to look up feats is no longer got its feats listed.
The Geiger Wikia usually works out pretty well for me.
No. It's
Yeah, I
not
found
up
that
anymore.
one
It's
the
not
other
up
day.
anymore?
No.
Geiger's is down. Right?
That's a pretty good one too, though. I should probably get my laptop repaired one of these days.
I wonder if it's because you're moving it. Because we didn't have this problem when it was stationary.
No, because I've had this problem playing D&D with Lish as well. Or even if it's just stationary, I think it's the amount of tabs open. Because like I said, Google Chrome is a RAM whore.
Yeah, fair enough. Poor, like...
So Andy, if you're watching this, next time I'm up in Edmonton, I'm bringing you my laptop to fiddle around with. If you can save the stuff that's on it, that's great. If you can't, fucking murder it. And just get it working. There's a 99% chance of not watching this right now, but...
Yeah, that laptop's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's done its thing.
Mine is damn near 10. Actually, no, mine would only be 8. I would have only bought it in 2012. But still. 8 years on a thing that you haven't taken apart and cleaned out properly.
How you making out?
Trying to figure out what feat I want to give him. But it's a lot harder when I don't have Geigers.
Your Shuppet?
Yeah. So I'm assuming you can't take any race-specific feats.
No. The feats that make sense for you are Acrobat, Alert, Athlete, Brawny, Charger, Durable, Elemental Adept, Mobile,
I got it.
Perceptive,
I
Quick
know,
Fingered,
but I've taken other
Resilient,
ones.
Savage Attacker, Sentinel, Sharpshooter,
Steven,
Skulker,
I know.
Stealthy, and
I'm
Tough.
trying to focus. Stop it.
Hey, it popped right back into the game, though, when it rebooted.
Pap. Pap, pap.
Someone did 12 for Fairy Wind?
1d12. For fairy wind.
Can I take lucky?
Sure.
Is that available to us?
Steven
Yeah.
always said that we can look up any of the ones.
It's relevant.
Okay, so you are 1d10 plus move.
You gonna make Shuppet lucky?
I might.
If you do, I'll have to move this over here.
Except just replace the I am with Shuppets.
Shuppets.
Shuppet apostrophe S.
Do, 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 do.
Make sure that I updated the experience and everybody else. Perfect. Billy, you just need 1,756 more. And then you're level 6. What's the threshold for next level? For trainers, trainer level chart.
4 level 5 Pokemon. Or
Total Pokemon levels needed, 20?
20.
Oh. Actually,
So your top 4 Pokemon.
I'm at 19.
Are you?
Because Pichu's level 4.
Mm-hmm.
Ratsputin is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Dandy's level 5. Billy's 5.
sounds accurate because I have 3 that are 5 and 1 that are.
So you're getting close.
So if just Billy levels up, I got it.
Okay, not a single.
But everybody else is
thing.
super close.
I can't look up a single damn thing right now because everything's either blocked or whatever.
Hang on.
I get copywriting, but I need it.
Oh, here's one.
But I want to know what Skulker does.
Attacking from hidden does not reveal your position if you miss.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you the link. This is actually really good. Just search up 5e feats. It was the very first one that popped up for
It
me.
wasn't. Oh my.
It's like just Sigvard.
That is it. Give him crossbow expert.
And then go out and find him a crossbow. He ain't fucking around no more. He's out to kill. The Shuppet's gonna be a Pokemon hunter.
Oh, he doesn't have a high enough dex.
Wait, there's a Overskulker.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting one for Shuppet.
Yeah, I kind of want it, but if I'm gonna take it, I need something to up its dex this time so I can take it next time.
I should give Billy Grappler.
You could give it something like, what is it? I think it's quick fingered.
I think most of those have a dex prerequisite, though. Most of the ones that are stat specific have a prerequisite, and quick figured isn't on this list, apparently.
Weird. Because it's Unearthed Arcana.
Oh, it doesn't have any of the Unearthed
Apparently.
Arcana?
It has some, but it doesn't have that one for whatever reason. Quick fingered. Increase your dex score by 1. Gain proficiency in sleight of hand skill. If you're already proficient in the skill, you add double your proficiency.
But does it
bonus.
have a dexterity requirement?
Nope.
No?
As a bonus action, you can make a dex sleight of hand check to plant something on someone else, conceal an object on a creature, lift a purse, or take something from a pocket. Plant something on a creature, like a bum.
I'm just going to make Shuppet a terrorist.
What a gangster.
Stealthy would also give you a +1. Gain proficiency in stealth skill. If you're already proficient in skill, you add double.
Stealthy's not on here.
If you are hidden, you can move up to 10 feet in the game without revealing yourself if you end the move in a position where you're not clearly visible.
Great weapon master. I mean, it's actually would work with this. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with one, you can make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action. So you could be like, I'm a low kick this one. Oh, that made it faint. I'm a low kick this other one.
Stealthy has a
Yeah.
prerequisite of 13 as well.
Does it?
But then you run into the ruling of what the hell would constitute a heavy weapon in Pokemon D&D.
Does it have a? Yeah, and I guess technically you're not using weapons, you're using moves.
Yeah.
Weird. In
Because the other one
Unearthed
is...
Arcana, it doesn't note anything about requirement for that. Like
for
it just says
stealthy?
yeah. It just says you know how best to hide. And this is the PDF specifically on our Unearthed Arcana. So I would say because of that, I would say you could take stealthy if you so desired.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about what?
You can take stealthy if you want.
It doesn't give, according to the website I'm on, it doesn't give you a plus to your dex, does it?
Yep.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
the homebrew one that you were on.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, I'm
increase
looking at the actual document.
dexterity score by 1, max of 20. Gain proficiency in stealth skill. If you're already proficient, you get expertise. If you're hidden, move up to 10 feet in the open without revealing yourself. If you end the move in a position where you're not clearly visible. I do kind of like these Unearthed Arcana ones that basically just give you an extra skill proficiency with a little bit more flavor.
Yep.
Okay, so 10, 11.
Yeah. Great Weapon Master would be kind of
13 is
hilarious.
Still a plus 1.
Depending on what you consider to be a heavy weapon. To get the second benefit. Take the -5 to get +10 to the damage.
Yeah, that is kind of an issue. The fact that there's no weapon ratings
Yeah.
because they're all moves.
I'm going to give Billy Heavy Armor Master and go and get him a full set of plate. He already moves only 10 feet around anyways.
Oh, he's already proficient in it, so he's got expertise in it now.
So, what are you giving them?
Stealthy.
Ooh.
Give one of them Inspiring Leader. Temporary hit points for everyone.
Maybe. What's his charisma?
Oh, it's not that high. Not for Billy. Billy wouldn't be able to be an Inspiring Leader. Would Dandy, though?
And yet he's charismatic enough to win a beauty pageant.
Yep. Dandy could get Inspiring Leader.
What is Dandy's
14.
charisma? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Machu can almost get it.
I'm disappointed with how not well I rolled on my hit points.
And then I rolled max for Dandy.
It's like infuriating, actually.
It's just a D6, right?
Ugh.
Yeah. It's the luck of the draw.
Yep. It never bothers me all too much when I roll low with Everly because I have tough, so it always kind of evens out in the end, and her con's good.
Yeah.
But, oh, man.
I'm going to give Billy Polearm Master and get him a spear.
He doesn't even have hands to hold it.
He'll use his mouth.
But he needs that for whaling.
Oh, Savage Attacker is once per turn.
Yeah, that's why the second time around I said I can't do it.
It's
Yeah.
once per turn, not once per round. You can do it on somebody else's turn and yours
That's
in
a
the
good
same
point.
round. It's the same. It's the same
Distinction.
how a sneak attack can apply twice in a round, depending on how you've.
So I could
Attacked
have
and
used
stuff.
it on my reaction, and I could have used
Yep.
it on my turn. I mean, the 16 was the highest anyway, but it's
Yeah.
good to know.
Because it's the same with like if with sneak attacks and shit like that. That's why fighter rogue is such a common multi-class. Because the the fighter can use the action surge to hold the action surge attack.
Mm-hmm.
Get the sneak attack off on the first attack on their turn, hold action, hit the person again, and do all the sneak attack damage all over again.
Ooh, rough. Rough.
And then if you're a fighter rogue paladin,
That's just too much.
You
Yeah.
add your smite on that.
exactly. If you're a fighter assassin rogue paladin and you get the first hit in a combat and you pump your highest level smite into it, that's a lot of dice to roll
No dice.
because it's an automatic crit. Oh, we haven't given any of our Pokemon Sentinel. That would be great.
A couple of mine are gonna take it eventually.
Do.
I start planning ahead what I want my
Yeah.
characters to be able to do long term, and I can't remember. I think it was Sassy I was gonna give it to.
Spell Sniper would be super useful for Billy.
I think it was Sassy.
I mean, the cantrip part is useless, but doubling range and range attacks ignoring that half cover and 3/4 cover. Hell yeah.
That'd be so mean. Just
200 feet,
rocks.
200 feet away. Oh, you're behind a tree? Only your ear is showing?
No more ear. Well, how'd you make out?
Damn done.
Okay.
I'm going to give him Weapon Master and make him proficient with a crossbow, a longsword.
Also, Ziggy is currently saying the wrong level. Ziggy should be level 4. Why you no tell me Ziggy level up?
I don't remember.
Well, now I
Yeah,
gotta
Ziggy should be level 4.
now I gotta remember to do Ziggy.
Yes, you should.
I won't do him now.
Oh, Angus is also level 4. I should probably grab him and put him in the party. Especially because we're going to be fighting flying type bullshit.
I am ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will level up Ziggy another time.
You walk into the Pokemon Center, led forward by this large Wigglytuff, and it looks back at you with its big wide eyes and smiles, and it kind of bounces as it moves forward. You see Nurse Joy standing by the back door, and she smiles and she says, "Oh, perfect! Right on time. Please come back here and, come see." And she
Okay.
beckons you backwards.
Okay.
We can drop a Pokemon off after.
Yep.
She takes you to the back room, and before you're even back there, you can hear the sound of burp, 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 burp. Burp, burp, burp. You move through the back door and you see the large Exploud sitting on the examination table, cradling this small Whismur in its arms. The two of them look so very happy to be reunited. The Whismur is kind of whimpering, but in a, controlled sort of way. It is cuddled in deeply into its mother, who looks at the two of you as you enter, and it goes, "Burr, burr, burr."
I'm happy to see you're okay.
We were told it was pretty touch and go there for a bit, so it's good to see you up and about.
The nurse sort of laughs and puts a hand on the side of the Exploud and puts a small stethoscope up to its chest and starts listening. And she says, "No, we're
she gonna
still
go
doing
deaf?
quite well." The thing kind of shivers a little bit and it moves away from her, and she laughs to herself, and she says, "Still behaved for a wild Pokemon." And the wiggly tough moves in next to her, and the two of them look over their patients and look over you and say, "Well, I think she's ready to leave."
Awesome. We got in a bit of a scuffle. Would you mind healing our Pokemon so we can better escort her before we leave?
She smiles and she says, yes, of course. Wigglytuff. And Wigglytuff walks over to you and puts her arms out.
I'll
Give-
drop all of them.
All of them.
Okay. She takes all of your Pokemon in her arms, each of them in their Pokeballs, and she moves to a different room. And the nurse says, "All right, well, you have a little bit of time to catch up if you'd like, while your Pokemon are tended to. Did you have any idea about where you were going to take her?"
Not at all.
Do you know anywhere that would be suitable?
She says, "Well," she thinks. She says, "We don't actually see a lot of Exploud around here, honestly, and Whismer, I mean, they're more likely found to the far south and, the kind of in the dusty roads, sort of canyon-y sort of area. Thrive in caves and rocky terrain. But I mean, if you were looking for something closer that might work, I mean, if you were to head a little bit north and maybe Mount Flag."
Yeah, I see that on the map.
If you hold out your map and you're kind of looking over it. she
Yeah,
describes
well,
it.
I'm trying to figure out where she's telling me to go. How far of travel, like days travel, do you think that would be?
She says, "Well, if you head straight north from here, it's not a difficult road. Maybe looking at the better part of a day and a little bit."
It's
Okay.
not too bad.
That's not bad. Not in any real hurry. Sorry, I'm adjusting. Yeah, so what do you think, Jackson?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fine place to
See some new territory and gets her and her baby out of danger.
maybe see some new kinds of Pokemon along the
Yeah.
way.
Maybe we'll catch something to help us in the Brambletown gym.
The Exploud holds her Whismer closer, and you can hear her toot again. Burr, 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 burr.
It was almost musical.
Maybe you think you could talk to her again, Jackson?
No, not today. I talked to Billy earlier.
That's a shame. I wonder how she feels about it. How do you feel about us finding a new home away from that scary Houndour that was really mean?
The Houndoom?
Yeah, that guy.
Roll Pokemon handling.
Okay.
Nat
Natural
20.
20.
She kind of narrows her eyes, and even the Whismer snuggles in closer to her, and she goes, "Burr, burr, burr."
Yeah, far away from him, right? Yeah. Maybe the mountains would be a nice place.
Burr, burr.
You and your baby can settle down and you can have even more babies.
Burr, 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 burr.
Sounds triumphant. I think that sounds like a plan.
Sure. I'll talk to her tomorrow. What time is it, anyways?
Maybe noonish.
Jesus.
You still have your Pokedonalds in hand. The
Waiting
Whismer
to
is
have it
kind
with
of
our Pokemon.
yeah. The Whismer is kind of sniffing at the air, and the Exploud likewise with its big chubby nose goes.
We could probably spare some fries.
Yeah, I'm sure at least one of my Pokemon might not mind sharing. I mean, probably not Axel.
It's a good thing Machu's not here. The greedy little shit.
Yeah, I mean he did well in the
Yeah.
among all the food.
Well, I'm surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, he's very food motivated.
Very much so.
Axel's just everything motivated. Sight, sound, smell. All of the above. But he listens. How's the Pokemon going?
So you guys stand here and kind of coo and coddle over the two other Pokemon making plans.
Oh,
Eventually,
how many burgers did they give us? Burgers and fries?
you didn't look.
Each.
Just
Well, I'm
kind of
gonna
took the
look
bags.
now.
Okay. You do have 4 burgers each and 4 fries.
Jesus. Just 4? That means he didn't give me one. It's fine.
I will give a burger to both the Exploud and the Whismer.
You hand over this greasy wrapping to the Exploud, who takes it.
Only
her
the
hand
finest
tentatively.
cuisine
Uh,
for these wild animals that have probably never had preservatives in their entire life.
She's like, take me with you.
the Whisper holds this large burger that's more than half the size of it in its 2 hands, and its eyes go wide. And a little bit of drool drips down its face as it starts taking bites. And just gobbles into it. The Exploud looks down at its baby very happily. And with one large gulp, just throws the whole thing in its mouth, paper and all.
That's one way to eat it.
I'm sure it's fine. Right? I'm glad you enjoyed it.
The little Whismer, whose body is now mostly composed of grease. Now more burger than Pokemon. Looks down at the wrappers and is just licking it.
Is Nurse Joy still here?
Nurse Joy is watching the whole thing in half fascination,
Half horror.
horror. She's like, huh. I mean, there's something to be said about, having wild Pokemon become used to human activity and human food, and there's a reason they tell you why you should tie up your food in a tree when you're camping.
Look how happy they are.
She says, yes, they are very happy.
I think these ones might be a special case, considering how close to humanity they have been lately.
She says, well, fair enough. All right. Well, I mean, after such a close call, I suppose who doesn't deserve a burger?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, according to the Pokedonald's employees, at least 2 of us.
Were you shorted your order? I mean, those fast food franchises, you can never be sure. You always have to check the bag before you leave the place.
I mean, I can't complain too much because it was complimentary, but there was 1 burger short per person, per party.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of said it would be a kind thing to do after we didn't chase some thugs away.
That sounds interesting.
It's been a day.
The Wigglytuff enters the room with your Pokeballs all in hand, and she hands them to each of you, and then she stops and thinks about it for a second and takes one of your Pokeballs and gives it to Jackson, takes the Pokeball from Jackson and gives it back to you. And then thinks about it for a second, takes a different one of your Pokeballs, gives it to Jackson, takes one of the Jackson Pokeballs and gives it to you.
I don't know
And then
what's
she
going
nods and she
on.
leaves the room.
I look down at my Pokeballs. Guess I'll find out outside, right?
I suppose. I'm swapping a couple out, but
Oh, should we check now?
maybe.
I opened my Pokeballs.
I opened the ones that she seemed unsure about specifically.
They're all your Pokemon. As you let them all loose, Axel kind of runs around the
Axel?
medical room going,
No, not right now.
and he looks at you and
Be a good boy,
you
and
see
you
his
can have a
nose
treat.
start going.
Yeah, be a good boy, and you can have a treat. In a minute. Should I meet you outside?
Yeah, you should probably get outside. Well, I'm going to swap out a couple.
I'll meet you outside.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take the Exploud and the Whismer outside with my 4 Pokemon.
Nurse Joy looks at you leaving through the front. She says, well, maybe best not to, walk her through the main streets.
Okay, we'll go through the back.
Yes, here.
Okay.
She leads you to a back door and she lets you out through a back entrance, which actually backs off into a green space and then the edge of town,
Okay.
as to avoid the main thoroughfare.
I'm gonna sit in the green space, and since all my Pokemon are out, I'm going to cut all the burgers in half. Well, tear all the burgers in half, and give a half to Ryulu, a half to Shuppet, a half to Meowth, and a half to Electrite, which leaves me with 2 more burgers, which I'm going to keep for a minute. So everybody has a fair portion.
Okay.
And then-
Meowth sits there and kind of sniffs at the burger. She swats it and knocks the top bun off of it and licks the top and grabs the little bit of meat patty in the center and chews it and slowly eats it, and then knocks a bit of the lettuce off of the burger and licks a little bit of the sauce off the lettuce, but leaves the lettuce and then just stops and licks herself.
Okay. Take the bits she didn't want from her.
You watch as Axel greedily chews down his burger, almost not swallowing, just and then starts sniffing the ground and comes over and starts eating a bit of the bun that Sassy left behind.
Sassy doesn't mind. It's fine.
The Shuppet kind of looks at the food and passes through it and smells it, and you can see this one large tongue leave its mouth and go, and then the burger's just gone.
Cool. And Liam eats politely.
William just kind of sits there and watches in horror, eating his burger nicely.
Of course he does.
As Liam looks at it and goes like, this is going to go over my macros for fat. It's good protein, but too many carbs.
Jackson, what were you doing?
I was going to swap out some Pokemon, but I will feed these ones first.
Okay,
With
so
the burgers that I have.
'Kay.
Because they did the work, they get the meal.
They get the work, they get the meal. Okay, so you're inside. You're just dividing it up amongst all of them.
Yep. So same as she was doing, split the 2 burgers that I have left between the 4 of them.
Okay.
And then each of them gets a fry.
Okay. Machu is like taking a bite out of the burger, eating one fry, taking a small bite out of the burger, eating a fry. It's like double fisting. But you notice as he gets close to the end of his burger, he almost looks offended that there's not more, and he looks up at you and eats a fry.
Yeah, everybody else put in work too. They get burger.
Billy, at one point in time, just had the burger basically shoved in his mouth and then a bit of the fries, and has just kind of been gumming it there the whole time.
This is the most spoiled Pokemon ever.
Dandy's eating it very nice. The whole time he'll take like a couple bites and then he floats a foot off the ground, does a circle, his little tail spinning in a propeller-like fashion, landing back on the ground, taking another couple bites. And
Rasputin, not so great.
Rasputin, yeah, makes a mess with it. He kind of tears it apart, and you'd expect him to almost eat it in one bite, but it's multiple bites all over the place. Like, he eats a bit, shakes it, a bit falls over there, a bit falls over there, and he scurries over to one and goes, "Arr!" baring his teeth, daring anybody to try and take it from him. Then he gobbles down that little piece, and then he runs over to the next bit of whatever. Eventually, he finishes the remainder of... He finishes off the remainder of his burger. He notes a small trash can over to the corner of the room, and he runs over there, spilling the trash can, and starts digging through the various papers and stuff in there.
God.
I
need
he
to
ends
get one
up
of these for
finding a
Rasputin.
coffee cup, mostly empty, and he just chews the coffee cup up.
Okay.
I love how mine is like one eats nice, one eats like a dog who gorges himself, one eats like a
Super picky child.
super picky child, and the other just licks it and it disappears, and yours like comes it to death like a baby. One tears it apart. Oh. This fire is
One
so
would
funny.
definitely be fat if it wasn't on a diet.
Such a shit. Pichu's hysterical. His challenging attitude makes me laugh till I cry.
Okay. As each Pokemon concludes their meal, you are going over to the PC box.
Yeah.
You tap a few buttons on the screen, it asks for your trainer card, and you swipe it, and you get a readout of a number of Pokemon showing in icons
Perfect.
on the screen.
I am going to swap out Dandy and Rasputin
Okay.
for Angus and the yet-to-be-named Sunkern. I need to think of a name for you.
Okay. You put both of your Pokeballs, and in turn, they are sucked up into the small pipe on the side of the screen. After a short time, another Pokeball takes its place. And then the second one. You now have your Electrike and Sunkern in your possession. And Dandy
Perfect.
and Rasputin have been sent back to the professor.
While I'm outside having my picnic with my Pokemon and the Exploud and the Whimsmer, I'm going to divide up the fries as equally as possible between all 6 of them.
Just like counting out the fries.
As equally as possible. I'm giving the Whimsmer and the Exploud some too, because I feel rude having them eat in front of them.
The Exploud is mostly just like sitting on the ground watching as the little Whimsmer does laps around it. It kind of runs a few feet, covers its eyes, pretends to hide around its mother, looks up, sees that its mother's looking at it, giggles to itself, and runs a couple more feet and repeats the action. And the Exploud, looks under her arm and looks the other way. And the little thing goes. Just running around
This is
giggling.
cute. Well, if they don't care, then my Pokemon can have the French fries. They're
Okay.
happy.
Just kind of scatter the French fries on the ground for all your Pokemon.
There's just a little case in front of each of them.
Put them down each, and they each take their French fries in turn and slowly start eating them. Sassy, more than just eating it, kind of bats hers around a little bit, separating them all on the ground, and then slowly picks at each one of them and eats it, kind of like trying to scoop it off the ground with her little paw, and then half pulling it up to its
Sassy
face.
tries to eat nice like Ryulu.
Sort of
She's
gets
picky
down
about
on
it.
its front two legs and puts its butt in the air and shakes its tail, and then bats one off to the side, pounces at it, eats it, and then goes back to another and,
And then
eats
she
a couple
plays
more.
with her food.
Yeah.
And of course Ryulu eats nicely.
Yeah,
'cause that's what
Ryulu
Ryulu
like
does.
holds the packet in one hand and looks at the other Pokemon and just eats one fry at a time.
Typical Ryulu.
Angus gets the little paper box stuck on its face.
I help him. I help him.
You pull it off, and as you do, his tongue is just like.
Okay, good boy, Axel. Then when he's done, I'm gonna put him away, and I'll put Sassy away when she's done, and then Shuppet away when he's done.
Shuppet is weird. Like Shuppet doesn't look like it would require food at all, and it just kind of floats around and doesn't seem to notice or care about the food by all appearances. But then you turn your head and you look back, and all its food is gone,
It's very odd.
and it just kind of looks at you, and it turns its head to the side and goes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Good job today. Vexation, and then I'm gonna put him away.
Disappears inside the Pokeball, and Ryolu's left sitting there watching the two wild Pokemon slowly eating its fries, and it looks back at you.
I'm gonna get him home safe. It's
He
nice
nods.
to see them how happy they are. They're reunited, and it feels so good. I don't know what Matt's doing.
Oh, I'm coming out now.
Comes back out. Pokeballs in hand.
All
Good?
right. Yep.
Here's a burger.
Oh, thank you.
It's cut in half.
No, there was 2 full ones. I cut 2 burgers in half for the Pokemon, and I left one for me and Jackson.
2 greasy hamburgers between
Yeah.
the two of you in the bright midday sun.
I figured we deserved one just as much as they did.
Oh,
Sort of.
well, I'm glad we get something out of it.
Also wasn't sure how to split the burgers fairly if you gave 2 to the Whisper.
Yeah, that's fair.
And wasn't sure if you were going to join us in our picnic. And I know that Axel and Pichu wouldn't respond well to having half a burger if somebody else had a full burger.
Yeah, Pichu is already not happy with just having half the burger.
It doesn't surprise me.
Rasputin was also not pleased with half a burger and kind of rated the garbage.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Maybe.
I mean, Dandy and Billy were fine, but they're always fine. They're good.
They're the easy to please children, right?
Exactly.
Like Ryolu always eats nice.
Ryolu looks at you and nods.
You have good table manners, Ryolu.
Billy's probably still following you, just walking, still gumming.
I don't think he's swallowed a bite yet.
Does he have it all in there?
Yes.
You just see this like one massive ball of like bun and potato and a little bit of meat and other stuff. Just
Well, well,
Can you swallow that, Billy? Do you have a stomach?
I mean,
The burger was almost as big as he is, let alone the fries.
I mean, the Shuppet, he didn't seem interested in the food, and then it just disappeared.
That's creepy.
I know, right? Like, really weird.
Just kind of like float his body over top of it and it
And then
disappeared.
one
Or...
time, a tongue came out, and just like touched it and it just disappeared.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
I know it's really weird. Exploud, are you ready to go?
It looks over at you and it looks down at its youngling and it goes.
Well, let's go find you a new home.
And stands up slowly.
Off to the mountains.
Mount whatever was called.
I don't remember.
Mount Unknown. Mount Flag. As we both look at the map at the same time.
Yeah.
We'll see how Angus does on the mountain and how Pop does.
And we head north.
What did you say?
Pop, the sun kern.
Pop.
Because it's popcorn.
Popcorn. Beepkey.
Perp-kern.
It's Perp.
Oh no, now it's perp.
It's
Perp-kern.
Is it P-E-R-P as in like perp, as in like
P-E-R-P.
perpetrator?
Perp.
Or is it P-U-R-P as in like purple? Perp. Perp or perp? Perp
The
or
first perp. P-E-R-P.
Perp.
Perp-kern.
Perp.
Perpkern. Where's your Perpkern?
I was like, what's a dumb pun? Popcorn. What's a what? Oh, that's a dumber pun. I'll go with that. I'll go with perp.
Perpkern.
Okay. So, gathering all your Pokemon up, with the Exploud, keeping a close eye on the Whimsmer. It follows dutifully behind you as you lead it in a northerly direction. So, are you guys taking the road, or are you just traveling?
No, I don't want to risk running into anybody. Just off-road.
Yeah, just go through the forest.
Sure. Heading north.
Unless it's grasslands, in which
I think
case...
it's grasslands.
I would classify this as grasslands. Yes. It's definitely more of a mix though of grass, some spattering of trees and low shrubage. You note that a bit of the grass turns into a low underbrush, a bit of fern, wild rose bushes. There are still flowers up in this area, but they're more akin to wildflowers as opposed to like the full blooming, very fragrant type of flowers that you saw in town and even a little bit south. You note that the majority of your trek in this direction feels a little bit more of a slog. You're definitely traveling.
Or it would if
uphill.
difficult terrain didn't slow our group's travel in grasslands.
True. You are definitely traveling uphill a little bit. Need to change the music. A cool wind blows from somewhere in the west. You can feel the ice caps on it, and it sends a slight shiver down your spine. But mostly it's a warm day.
You should have seen them playing, Jackson.
The Pokemon?
Yeah. She was like playing with her kid like a mother would. Their child, like human child.
Well, it makes sense, though.
It was pretty cute. Sometimes this kind of stuff makes me question the whole Pokemon trainer thing.
How so?
I don't regret catching any of my Pokemon, I guess. It just seems... I don't know. Seems wrong sometimes. I don't know, I just spent my whole life taking them in and releasing them again.
I suppose that makes sense.
And sure, we had Pokemon that, aided us. Like, we have a whole aviary and a whole bunch of fleets, I guess, of trained Pokemon that help us. But I guess I never really thought about the how they got there kind of thing. I don't know. I don't want to stop. I don't know. Just this felt good. This felt right.
This did feel really good. Well, you could always, because I don't know much about being a Pokemon trainer, but I know it can be fairly lucrative. You could always use money and that kind of stuff you get to help in this way more often.
That's true.
And if you have trained Pokemon to help you out, you can go out into the wilderness and maybe rescue ones that would otherwise go unseen, much like this Exploud.
Yeah. I kind of talked to Ryulu about it a bit. I'd like to, I don't know, find other ways to catch them. Like Vexation. He totally just came to me because he was feeding off his perceived anger that I was frustrated. And I didn't feel bad about it. It's like he chose me. It's like I want the Chimchar. Because I want to help him. But I don't know. I don't feel bad about catching the Rattata and the Raticates and stuff. Because, I mean, they were a burden in someone's home. And we were chasing them out. But I don't know. It's a fine line sometimes.
I suppose. Well, in those instances where it is a fine line, we at least may have the opportunity to have a non-violent resolution.
That's kind of what I hope for. I just don't know how often that's feasible. Especially if I want to do gyms, but I don't know if that's important to me. But I know it's important to Ryulu. So that matters.
Yeah, I think weirdly enough they do kind of like it, at least the ones that are captured.
Yeah, like Ryulu's stubborn and determined, and I mean, I kind of relate to that. I wouldn't feel right about stopping him from going to the gym.
Yeah. I don't know how Billy feels. He's a little hard to read.
It's just a little.
Oh, the constant crying. No offense, Billy.
At least you can talk to him every now and then.
Are you still chewing? Oh my good lord. Does it still even have flavor anymore? How long has it been since we left town?
I've been walking for at least a few hours.
Gross. That's so gross. Oh, that's a mental image I didn't need. It's like a cow.
You are going to have an iron jawline.
Just totally chiseled.
Oh god, now I'm just picturing a handsome Squidward face on a bonsly.
Yeah, I don't know. I just sometimes I wish I could talk to them like you could. Really get inside their head.
I mean, I suppose I could translate for you sometimes.
Yeah. It's just hard in the moment, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you getting to talk to the Exploud, we never would have known what she wanted.
Yeah.
No matter how hard we tried.
And to be honest, I don't know if we would have had any way of interpreting what it is that she wanted had I not.
Exactly. We did something really good. And, oh my gosh, what my mother would do to be able to have that ability.
Well, maybe one day they can randomly manifest it like I did. I have no idea how it happened still.
I mean, no offense. I kind of would think you're crazy if it weren't for the fact that it led us right to her baby.
I did also have a socioeconomic discussion with Billy the first time that it happened, and I still don't know what to think of that.
What have your other conversations been like with him?
The only other one was about... Oh, what was that one about? Oh, right, it was about how I've had the conversation in the Pokemon Center before when their store is asking me to tell you about Exploud. At least now I know what the context is for that.
I'd also probably think you're crazy if I didn't will a girl to sit up again.
Yeah, that was also pretty miraculous, really.
Do you think other Pokemon trainers have this stuff?
Hmm.
This weird thing?
I feel like we can't be the only ones.
So strange. My siblings never said anything about it. Maybe they just didn't stay out long enough.
I remember my father was a gym leader forever ago, but I don't know
Gym leader? Really?
Yes.
What kind of gym?
I can't remember what kind of gym. I never had much of an interest in it back then.
So it's a newfound interest. Or something.
I was about to say I don't even know if I'm interested in it, but the more I do it, the more I enjoy it.
That's fair.
So if it was my wife encouraging me to go on this quest...
Did
then
your wife go? Do you remember that?
I don't remember. I would assume not.
So you guys never had Pokemon around, like, helping you or aiding you?
I don't think so. I didn't really have much of an interest in Pokemon until recently.
Just flowers.
Exactly. That's another thing. Now I remember roses were always super frustrating. For whatever reason, I just couldn't get one to grow.
Roses?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Don't know if I ever did get one to grow.
But you grew everything else. Are roses a stubborn plant?
Yeah, they're finicky. I mean, I don't know exactly what they need because I can't remember if I've ever actually successfully grown one before, but...
Maybe one day we'll find you a Bulbasaur. Just like on the book.
That would be kind of funny.
And he can help garden with you.
That would be kind of fun. I wonder if Perp would ever be able to.
What is Perp again?
Yeah, the Sunkern.
The Sunkern.
Or maybe Dandy eventually as well.
Maybe. I mean, Dandy does a lot of weird things that don't seem very plant-like.
Like fly.
Yeah.
Billy looks very plant-like, but he's definitely not.
Doesn't act like one. It's a good thing you're cute, Billy.
He looks up at you and you can see some tears start streaming down his face.
Do you still want the food, Billy? You can spit it out whenever you're done with it. Don't feel like you have to just keep it in there.
Do you do anything?
No.
He just kind of looks at you and he opens his mouth and he just goes... and holds it open.
Do you want me to get it for you? Blink once for yes, twice for no.
Both of his eyes just kind of close.
I'm gonna start scooping the food out of his mouth.
Okay. As soon as you put your hand down there, he just kind of leans his head forward and goes... and just like pushes it all off with his tongue onto your hand. And then he licks his lips and just kind of looks around.
That was gross. Is that what having children's like?
I don't know. I don't think I ever had children. Otherwise, I'm sure this would spark some memory. So dump it on the ground.
Ryolu kind of looks at it and backs off a couple steps.
I agree, Ryolu.
It's mostly sludge at this point.
Billy isn't even paying attention. He's just kind of looking around.
Has he done that before?
No. It's like someone put it through a blender and then put it through a sieve and then put it through another blender and then through another sieve.
That's a whole new level of gross, Billy. Again, it's a good thing you're cute.
Looks up at you, tears running down his face.
Yeah. Too much food in one bite?
Kind of licks a little bit of the grease that's on the edge of his cheek.
Did he, like, chew all the nutritional contents out?
I would hope so. After 3 hours of chewing.
Brooke, like, disgustedly looks away.
3 hours of mastication.
He's a master dictator.
I've heard if he went for 1 extra hour, he'd have to go see a doctor.
Oh, jeez. The Exploud is just following nicely behind us.
Pretty much. It is only a little bit paying attention to anything you're doing. It is mostly just caught up with its child. Every now and then it puts its hand down and it holds the Whismer's small hand and they walk hand in hand. The Whismer sort of kicking and hopping a little bit as it goes.
Does the
almost skipping.
Pokedex have a way to take a picture?
I would think that the Pokedex would have
Oh my god,
some
if it
sort of
does, I'm taking a
picture-taking
photo too.
functionality.
Yep. Taking a picture.
pictures.
You guys turn around, just
Totally just discovered the camera on our Pokedexes. We're like, we need to remember this.
But first, let me take a selfie. Oh, that's an old-ass meme.
It's okay. Jackson's old ass.
Yep.
Okay,
Oh.
boomer.
You guys continue down the road. Not road, I should say.
The grassy.
There's a small grove coming up where you are. You see a number of bushes kind of cluttered. Above them, you see a number of speckled red and black shapes that kind of seem to be moving on the outer edge. You hear a soft buzzing.
More bugs.
I look up. Do I notice anything making the buzzing sound?
It seems to be coming from that same grove of trees with the red and black shapes.
You want to go check it out?
Sure.
And sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Exploud. Stay here. We'll be right back.
She looks at you and looks at her child and kind of sits down. The small Whisper rotates around to look her in the face, and she picks it up and holds it over her hand and kind of throws her up in the air gently.
And I'm gonna have Perp as my active Pokemon for this.
Okay.
If something does happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Vexation.
Okay. So, you release your ghost Pokemon out in front of you, and it looks over at you and smiles and laughs.
We're gonna let Vex get these ones, okay?
Riley
Well-
looks up at you and says,
He needs to
nods,
get stronger to help us in the gym battle.
sort of studies Vex for a second and shrugs and acknowledge.
Why is there an elf here?
What?
Vex.
Your Sunkern, the first time you've ever used it before, pops out of the Pokeball. You see before you this very bright-eyed seedling Pokemon
Almost
with this
cheerful.
delicate little shoot over its head. It just blinks quietly at you and smiles. It does not say anything, and it just kind of waits to see what you're doing.
Hello, Perp. It's nice to officially meet you.
You see the little shoot on top of its head kind of wiggle a little bit, and it smiles.
Perfect. We're gonna see if we can catch something or find something. So be very, very quiet while we sneak on over.
It blinks.
Ryolu,
You're gonna
how
sneak
far
just
off are
as
they?
well as me, judging by your decks.
How far off are the Pokemon?
How far off are they? You're looking at probably 200 feet at this point in time.
Okay, Ryolu.
Mottled grassland between.
If
you
we're
and
gonna
this-
sneak, it's probably best you
trees.
stay in the Pokeball for this one. And I put Ryolu back in the ball.
Okay.
And just have Vex out with me.
Vex just quietly floats beside you. If you didn't know that he was there, you'd never know.
Okay, Vex. Extra sneaky. And roll stealth.
Roll stealth.
I will be the dark.
I'll be purple.
Okay. I should have said I was going to be the lighter blue. Vex is a 25. And I'm a 4.
I'm a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Perp is a 5.
7 and a 5. Of all of you, almost expected, the ghostly Pokemon vanishes from sight.
That's unsettling.
Even to the rest of you, by all appearances, Vex has just disappeared. You move through the grass as quietly as you think you are.
Sorry, it was a 26.
Oh, even better.
Jesus Christ.
Staying as low to the ground as you can. The seedling beside you, just hopping as it goes. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. With the undergrowth the way that it is, it's hard to move through this without causing too much of a racket. You snap a few twigs, you kick up some stray dead grass. It's a lot. By the time you're even close to this grotto, say 100 feet, what you can now perceive as Pokemon start to be roused from this tree, from whatever they were doing.
Oh, shit.
There are 4 in total, and these 4 round shapes start to move.
Towards us or away from us?
Staying in the tree, they just seem to be in a bit more of an agitated state.
Vex, I think they see me.
They definitely see me and Perp.
How far off are we?
About 100 feet.
Can you get really close?
From somewhere just slightly right and behind you, you hear,
And I'm gonna get Perp.
Fantastic.
And I'm gonna get Perp back in the Pokeball so I can just throw it out.
okay. Call it back, and it kind of looks at you and blinks before disappearing inside the ball. Can I get another stealth check from
Vex.
Vex?
Oh no. I was a 10.
That's it?
Sorry, 11.
11.
11.
Well,
Yeah, I
well,
rolled
well.
really poorly.
Well, well, well.
Okay. This time moving through low to the ground, you can see Vex. The two of you anyways. Moving quietly across the surface of the ground, almost like a shadow. But as far as you can tell,
Are you sure I can see him?
I think so. What's your passive?
I'm pretty sure it's 10.
Oh, maybe you don't. What's your passive?
Because it's 10 plus my wisdom modifier. My wisdom modifier is a 0.
Mine would be
And I am not
11.
proficient in perception.
Okay. Jackson does then. Like, just. But you can track the figure moving across the ground. Keeping low. It travels to the base of the tree that this thing is, or these things are currently sitting in, and looks up, and then looks backwards towards the two of you.
Or slowly
Just hidden in the shadow of this.
sneaking up.
Oh, Jesus.
Because how close do you have to be to command your Pokemon?
You can command it from wherever.
Okay.
You can only throw it out 60 feet away, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, I can only catch it 60 feet,
Ooh.
too.
Yeah, I might steal one. Thank you. Ricola. Thank you.
Is it amongst it?
It is currently. Right now, it's nestled under the tree, at the very base,
How far
hidden in a shadow.
can he, like, sneak into... How many are there?
Give me a perception check.
Can I as well?
Mine or his?
Yours, because it's got no way to communicate at 100 feet.
Can I check as well?
Sure.
This is 6.
That's 7.
7. From as far as you can tell, you see 4 red and black shapes. Circular, almost semi-circular, sitting somewhere on top of the tree. And they're moving about, almost agitated. You assume probably due to your
Almost.
presence.
Okay. I'm going to try and get 10 feet closer. Do they move?
They continue to move.
But not away.
No.
I'm going to
not for the
keep pace
moment.
with Brooke.
I'm going to go another, like, slowly 10 feet forward. If they start to move away, I'm going to stop.
For the moment, they're holding.
So, like,
moving
80
about.
feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go another slowly, like 1 foot at a time to go
Mhm.
10 feet. If they start to move, I'm going to stop.
For the moment.
Still keeping pace with Brooke.
I'm going to do another 10. 60 feet away.
Okay.
They still there?
You moved in slowly. Not trying to raise too much.
I'm going to get Vex to screech.
Okay. So how far away are we now? 60?
You're currently 60 feet away.
Perfect. And I'm going to get ready to...
60
Throw
feet away
Sunkern
from the
out.
bottom of the tree. It'd be a few more to get to the top. The tree's
Yeah.
probably 20 foot tall.
It says duration 1 minute. Is that how long it lasts for?
Mm-hmm.
Vex! Screech! Can you make a wisdom save?
Sure.
So it's everything within a 20-foot radius.
So, this is probably a good time to describe what is happening. As the small ghost Pokemon, hidden within a shadow at the base of the tree, screams. Looking at you, its eyes kind of light up, and then it just... this mean, high-pitched squeal. Not only do these 4 Pokemon on the top of the tree open up their wings and start buzzing. You see these 6 almost boxing-like gloved hands as they turn around, big eyes, looking at you.
I love Lydia.
On top of that, you also see about a dozen other Pokemon start scurrying and scampering out of the tree. Some with wings that flap over top. A few others that are more worm-like that scamper down and out. All these agitated Pokemon in a cluster start moving towards you and your Pokemon.
Okay, were they all in a 20-foot radius?
They are, but that is where we're going to call it.
Okay. But you need to remember that they all need to make wisdom saves.
Yep.
And
Everyone.
I'll have to remember that I'm tossing out Perp.
Perp.
After the shriek, so he does not get affected. He, she, I don't have the thing open anymore. Oh, this is so hot.
So hot.
Woo! Oh, baby. We need to get you a working fan.
Well, that's all, folks.
No.
No?
Oh, this should.
No.
It had a plug at one point in time. We had two like cooling pads. Neither of the fans inside them actually work.
Oh.
Yeah. The internals are broken. Just like me. So that was another episode of Pokemon D&D.
Yeah.
You fought some shady people in the back of a Pokedonald's, got a free lunch, and went for a walk and had a picnic.
Or as far as Billy is concerned, had a free meal for the entire day.
Oh, Billy. What a sweet summer child.
He chews it like he's the cow chewing on his.
Good.
So gross.
So anything else to announce to tell the fine folk at home?
Still no stream this Friday as I'm in British Columbia seeing my niece.
Ooh.
As it is very, very close to her birthday.
La-dee-da.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed
Yeah.
any of the Pokemon sessions. Would be awesome.
Like, subscribe, follow, donate, whatever you want to do.
Nice.
Yeah, and we still have the Extra Life thing going for we don't entirely know how long. We
Yeah.
don't even know if we met our goal, but I think we're close. So if you want to kick a few dollars to the Extra Life campaign, it would be put to good use.
Yes, to all them children's hospitals.
Yeah.
Link in the doobly-doo and YouTube, and link just below the stream there on Twitch. Actually, in fact, if you're in the chat on mobile, there is a button in the top right corner of it that you can hit to go right to Extra Life.
Yay, technology.
Fancy schmancy.
Oh, yeah, we're at 145 of the 200. Mackenzie donated, 50 total. I thought that she donated another 50. Which, I mean, her donating $50 is still amazing, but...
Thank you again to the most recent follow by Gutsy Goblins. If you guys are looking for another D&D podcast out there, I would definitely recommend checking them out. They're only a couple episodes in, so you're getting in on the ground floor, which is kind of fun. They're up to hijinks and whatnot, and I'm good friends with the artist who's doing their stuff, and it is stellar. So at the very least, it's nice to look at. Big old thank you to @JoeTheDM at www.pokemon5e.com for the homebrew that we are playing today. You can go and play your own Pokemon 5e D&D game. Thank you to @Uwooby
Still best Twitter handle.
for the player tokens that you saw here today. Thank you to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com for all the music that you hear today. Maybe one of these days I'll wrangle up some more tunes. I got them sitting in dog-eared. I just got to download them and get the right permissions to get that up there. So, next time you're going to hear from us, as it sounds like, maybe the 29th, and if not then, definitely the 2nd for more Pokemon D&D.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's all I got.
Bye.
Bye! That's all I got to...